Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What's popping, guys? Welcome to ZeerTalks. And I believe NoThisIsJester as well. He is co-streaming this. I don't know if he is at the moment, but he probably will in a moment because I know he has set this up for at this time. And yeah, guys, listen. Welcome to another episode, fifth edition. You know, may as well have 5th anniversary, guys. Hey, of weekly promo class, guys. But before we begin, you already know what to do. Subscribe, press the alarm bells for future content notifications. Like, comment your way. Go check ZeerTalks socials, and inshallah you're well wherever you may be. And before I add them, I do want to address yesterday. We were supposed to do it yesterday, but both Jester and I, we were sleepyheads. And because we were both sleepyheads, see, I'm blaming myself too, guys. Yeah. See, I hold myself accountable. Imagine if FC Bayern München can hold himself accountable. Yeah. Imagine if The Rock can hold himself accountable for the fucking booking that happened in the main event. This fucking fraud. Yeah. Like, we'd be in a better place right now. But hey, here we are. But yeah, that's what happened. So yeah, we decided to postpone it for today. And I did address it in the chat, actually. So yeah, guys, let me introduce Jester. Hey, Jester.
Stinker and hooked.
Accountable, bro. See?
Stinker and hooked. It was a big weekend, mate. It was a big weekend, all right.
By the way, my sleep was absolutely.
I didn't know what day it was. I didn't know what time it was.
Brother, you know what it was, yeah? So I woke up, I think, half an hour late into the whole thing. Something, or like 15, I don't know. I get into StreamYard. I see Liam's in my StreamYard, and I don't see you. I'm like, where the hell's Jester? I go check Discord to message you in that. You didn't even respond, so I'm assuming you're asleep or something. Like,
bro, I didn't even get up till.
I'm like, you know what? Good, so I can go to sleep and I'll just address the chat.
But yeah, I got straight back to you. I felt like shit. The time zone first with the we just lost daylight savings. That got me last week when you were like, bro, where are you? And it was an hour earlier. And then just the double WrestleMania, the Sunday Monday thing that puts you out of whack, man. And the Grand Prix, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, bro. Like, I tapped out of that at like 5:30 a.m. Monday morning.
How was that Grand Prix for you? I have friends that went there.
Mate, Aussie won it, so we're very, very happy. We were legitimately looking at an Australian world champion. He's won 3 or 5 races this year. So we're very happy with it. But it was a good race, bro. That track is an amazing track.
Yeah, by the way, it's by the coast for your information.
Yeah, it looks it. Yeah, like down by the red set.
So basically, it's by the Corniche area, and this Corniche area.
It looks mint, man. Like that whole track. Like it looks like
but you know why? Because it's not like in other places in which they have a specific land for that track. They actually had to custom make it in a specific area. That's why.
Like a city built around the track. They literally found
a specific road that was basically being used at the time.
Yeah.
And then they had to scrap all that and put it for the track. So now that location is specified for that track.
So it's like an entertainment precinct now.
Yeah. But a lot of things that's happening here, they're using either used land or like actually in reality.
Yeah, I know. I've heard about like the people getting displaced with the line.
In some places, in Riyadh, not as much. I
know the nomads, like the Saudi nomad people, the ones that kind of don't ever really.
You mean like anything. In the Bedouin area? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, bro. What's the whole thing about it? They were actually really cool, man. Really chill people. I didn't really know there was a thing out there for them, you know, like a nomadic Saudi people, like the ones that aren't so much about the work style and the religious like they just live off the land, so to speak.
Those are the indigenous people.
That's essentially the way it came across, like indigenous Saudis. Like
well, I'm not gonna lie, they act a specific way, man.
I know, man. I know it's a different culture thing. Like, I know, I'd never heard of them, bro. That's what I'm saying. I was like, whoa, who are these Sam people? Like,
it's a concept that's similar to with you guys and the Aborigines.
I know, 100%.
It's because
their history, where they come from, how long they've been there, etc. No, I just genuinely, bro, I thought all of yous were like middle class, working class, filthy rich.
No. By the way, over here, there's a whole misconception, right? People think, like Liam makes a joke like, you have a private chat. If you want me to come get me a private chat, I'm like, brother, the reason why people think like this, and maybe you'll agree with me, is because it's more showcased. So when
Yeah,
it's more showcased,
you know what you mean.
you're obviously gonna think people are rich. But if you actually
Yeah.
pull up over here, like, and you live
Yeah,
here,
I know, bro. It's probably sad.
you will notice people like I go out of like the mosque. I go mainly Friday prayers. When I go out of the mosque, I see like people begging for like some
Yeah.
sort of like donation to sort type
Yeah.
thing, charity. You know what I mean?
I know what
Like
you mean, bro. Yeah. It's
yeah,
like the
yeah, or
rest of the
like
world.
people in the
It's like the
streets
rest of the world.
selling
Yeah.
stuff in the traffic stops. Like
And
people don't
the
get it.
people
Like
the people over there who are getting rich aren't you. It's the royal family and the 1%ers.
but you know what it is
like
as well. It's also the things in Saudi that's being charged. Like for example, restaurants
import,
or
export type stuff.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
because I've traveled to Europe, by the way, like a
Yeah.
few times. Like
It's
maybe
cheap.
I've been to Spain, I've been to Turkey. They're like I've not been to many, but I've been to like a few. And that's something I noticed in Europe. A lot of their prices are cheap.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of their prices are cheap, whereas over here it's inflated.
Yeah,
So,
and they're pricing out their local market.
So when they say
in
I'm
Saudi.
rich, I just say I just say that like I'm just an average person.
Yeah.
I'm just an
But even over here, bro, like what used to be the average person, like someone who was kind of well off, it's not so much anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're either upper class, middle class, and down now is like shit. Even
it's
the middle class.
It's just the mid-high class is more showcased here than
yeah. I know.
That's it. It's not
Anyways,
like people have this whole misconception. Exactly. But I say we move on.
Let's go. Get into it.
Speaking of lows, our some highs. WrestleMania. I say we kick off with WrestleMania, and as we talk about these matches, we're also gonna talk about what happened in these segments on Raw as well.
Yeah,
so that we go through them. I think it's the best way to go. So we had Jey Uso versus Gunther. That opened Mania Night 1.
Yeah. We watched it.
Yep, obviously we did. And I remember watching that match. You were there. Liam was there. I don't remember who else was there. Touchdown was there. Pick up touchdown as well.
There's like 6 of us.
Omar was We had a good amount of people pulling up and leaving, and that Lewis in the second night pulled up and left. Like that, I remember that match. It was okay. I wouldn't say it was bad, but
yeah, I wouldn't either. I enjoyed the match, but I hated the ending.
Exactly. I feel like Jay.
Just 1 more minute. 2 more minutes. That's all it needed. 1 more minute of like Gunther getting out of it and Jay having to put him back in it, or like even get to the hand bit. They didn't even get to the hand bit. You know what I mean? Like he tapped,
or let Jey Uso do like I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 super kicks again.
I wish I was sponsored by Snickers, Ryan. He tapped within 10 seconds. Yeah, seconds.
But that's bad. That's bad.
And it was like a let me go tap, like a bitch tap. The way he's been billed, bro, just the way he's been billed for so long. Like, even like the finish before that, all the frog splashes, the frog splash face down. If he'd pinned him and got him there, I probably wouldn't have complained. You know what I mean? After a couple of spears and a couple of frog splashes, but it just like Jay was the one getting put to sleep, and Gunther tapped out. So shouldn't have Jay put him to sleep? Like, shouldn't have that been? That was it. That was my only.
I just felt like the fact that Gunther tapped out as a whole.
That 100%. I agree. He should have went to sleep. Like he pass out, or do the ref hand thing. The man doesn't
passing out. I mean, passing out 100%.
No, the passing out is the best thing to do. Not the like when they call it. When they say they're asleep and they go, no, ring the bell. Like that.
Maybe, but the way Jey Uso executed the sleeper, it wasn't that.
Yeah, it wasn't even that good. Yeah, it wasn't even that
good.
It
wasn't even that.
Not compared to the way Gunther's been doing them to him. But yeah, it was odd too, because it felt like they rushed the finish, but then for the rest of the show, it felt like they were fine for time for the whole show. Like why? Like it honestly felt like they rushed the finish. Like it felt like the match went at whatever pace it was meant to go at, and they did all their bits. And he got put in a sleeper and tapped out in 3 seconds. Like it just didn't. That was my only thing. And I've really liked the booking of Gunther. And I would have thought that they would have done something to have taken the title off him and have him still look hella strong. And I don't know, like, and then I mean on Raw, he beat up Michael Cole and
Gunther
Pat
beat up,
McAfee.
he was gonna beat up Michael Cole, but Pat McAfee defended him.
And he put him to sleep. Legitimately put him to sleep.
Sacrifice for the greater good. You think Pat McAfee goes to do his foot NFL stuff? Probably does.
You
right?
think he's leaving WWE?
I don't know. Maybe they write him off TV.
Well, no, I feel like he came back recently. Like he was, you know what I mean? When they first had him, it was like a short-term type deal thing, and then he went to ESPN, and then he's like, I feel like they've done a lot to get him back into the fold now. But I don't know. I haven't paid attention to, like, he's getting sued and shit. Like, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. He's been doing his Pat McAfee shows on ESPN recently. I saw the Paul.
No, I know. But he's getting him and someone else are getting sued because of it. So maybe WWE's trying to distance themselves. I don't know.
We'll see.
But
I mean,
I hope not. I hope not. I think he's a great addition.
He's an energy.
As much as like he's like a king. He shits me at times. You know, he's too much of a heel commentator sometimes. But then other times he's not a heel commentator at all. He's yeeting and shit like that. So he is. He's very enjoyable. And he can go in the ring. You know, the Adam Cole stuff was really good. So yeah, I enjoyed the match. I didn't like the ending. We'll see where Gunther goes from here. Beating up a couple commentators, like he's lost the plot, but I don't know. Like even they pointed out the thing of bullying. You know, I'm not going to get bullied. If Goldberg's the fucking one that comes to confront Gunther for being a bully, I'm really not going to. You know what I mean? Like Goldberg's a fucking bully. Like
they are.
So it doesn't. I did see the Killer Cross interview. Madeline, I
found the fact that Goldberg said "Go be a good soldier" hilarious.
So I think that's where it's headed. I think it's clearly in the next probably by Backlash. They'll probably have a match with Gunther at Backlash. He'll win it in squash faction, and then afterwards he's going to get on the mic or something and lay out the challenge, or Goldberg's going to be there. I don't know. But 100%, they're going to start setting it in motion now, and I reckon it'll happen at SummerSlam.
And then
I hope Gunther retires him. You know what I mean? We know it's the retirement. We know it's the retirement match, but I hope Gunther retires him. One thing Goldberg has never done is gone out on his back, and he's certainly not an old school wrestler to go out on his back. But if Goldberg went out on his back against a man like Gunther, he would do a lot of goodwill towards the wrestling community that has had enough of his bullshit for a long time. And Gunther would be the guy. You know what I mean? Even though we don't give two shits about Goldberg. And the big gold belt. Gunther's been the guy associated with the big gold belt, man. And Goldberg's the guy associated with the big gold belt.
Can I just check quickly as well? Bro, I don't think it's too early when the show.
No, I think they've been putting it off. I think they've been putting it off for a long time. And
not just that. Why? Because I think this match is going to happen in Saudi.
Oh, that's right. You think, so what, Crown Jewel?
Is apparently, I think it's going to be called, I could be wrong, but I think it might be called Night of Champions.
It's not a Champions in Saudi.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Don't take my word for it. That's what I heard. But
and Night in Champions would have to imply that one of them has a belt, bro.
I mean, last Night of Champions, that's not really what happened, but I mean,
but it's meant to be. A Night of Champions is meant to be every single match.
Yeah, I know. Listen, maybe they changed the name. Who the hell knows? Maybe King of the Ring is Queen of the Ring is still a thing. I don't know.
King of the Ring would be good to go to Saudi. That'd suit it.
It happened last year.
It'd be good, and I like that they've got like
I like the concept of winner goes.
I traditionally like King of the Ring. I think it's a great tournament. All right, next match.
Yeah, no, but before we move on.
But yeah, I was happy with it, man. I can't complain. And the fans with Jay at the press conference was so fucking tanked. I went back and watched it. He was wasted as shit, bro. Like that was like 2 hours after he won the title. He was wasted as shit. I can't complain about it because I want Gunther in like main title picture. Like I want,
I understand. By the way,
he needs to move on.
Jey Uso. Do you think Sami Zayn turns heel? Because they were all celebrating him, Jimmy J. I haven't seen it. I hope not as well.
I think Sami Zayn's going to turn on everybody.
Shit, I hope not, man. I actually hope not.
Don't worry, I've got theory. We're gonna have to wait for another segment later in the show for my Sami Zayn theory, mate.
Okay, cool. But I'm not gonna lie, this turning on Jay thing, bro, I need Sami Zayn to win the Rumble in Saudi as a baby face,
Look,
bro.
Can you see Sami? The thing, Sami hasn't won. He's come up short in all those title matches. Yeah. Can you see him beating Jay though? You can.
Obviously he can, but
that's what I mean. And the stories that they've told with both of them, with Jay, like they both revolved around Gunther, and Jay's finally done it. Sami could beat Jay. I'm just saying, in terms of a story, in terms of history, in terms of you look at their. But I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking in that direction at all. But I tell you what, that'd be a great way to go to just kick off Jay with something real spicy. And if Sami, like, mate, hell, throw him into a trilogy. Have Sami win the first one, Jay gets it back, and then a decider. But throw him into a trilogy so Sami could get it, and then they've both, like, you think about it, their long-term story, the last 2-3 years, it's kind of revolved around each other. You know, like their story heavily needs the other person. So if they were fighting for the world title that they both couldn't win, it'd be a great story. It's a great story. And it would be proof of Hunter sticking with those people, you know what I mean? Like that have been doubted or been said that they're never going to be the top guy or whatever. And if he puts the championship on Jay and then builds a program around him and Sami, I think it'd be great. I actually think it'd be great. But it's going to break hearts, yeah, because Sami's going to be the bad guy. So it would suck.
Yeah.
You get a tip pick, mate. You got a bit lost for words there.
Bro, I'll be real. I actually rather be Sami stay face, bro. I mean, usually, listen, I'm here for the shameless agendas and all that stuff.
So then just don't do the feud then.
Yeah. I'm saying don't do the feud.
All right. So who's going to be Jay's first feud then?
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if next week they did some like number one contender thing. I actually think the guy to take the title off Jey Uso is Seth Rollins.
Yeah, but Seth needs better than that title. That was the point of when he had it last time.
But then they would have to move that faction.
Yeah, I know the other show. I know.
That's the only problem. Like, you're not wrong. And by the way, don't get it. Listen, that World Heavyweight Champion has its own like potential to go up there long term. But
I believe that it should be already, but it's even the way they treat it is.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, they treat
not
like
the WWE title.
Jay won the Rumble, and you're having that champion above me, the main event. Like, it's just
exactly.
It's one of them ones. But yeah, listen. Now we can really move on. The next match was, what was number 2? Number 2 was Raw Tag Team Championships. New Day won against
match was okay. Nothing wrong with it.
The
gear looked sick for New Day, and it looked horrible for fucking Viking Raiders because they were sponsored by Clash of Clans. That's the most memorable. That's why it was, bro. Legit. Do you remember how bad it was? Like they come out in like plastic looking shit. They were officially wearing Clash of Clans stuff. Dragon Ball Z, fucking New Day come out dressed like Dragon Ball Z gods, and Viking Warriors come out dressed like plastic fucking toys. Like it was just that alone, like the gear alone, it was like, well, New Day's winning. That's all I'm taking from the match. The match was fine.
New Day was winning anyway because New Day are like the more important tag team.
Nothing wrong with the match, and again, even their segment on Raw, they're burying the tag team division. I mean, it was meant to be about New Day and a new match, and then it was about Rusev, and New Day ran away like a bunch of cowards, even though it was 2 versus 1. So,
but hey, listen, big up Rusev though. Rusev Machka, something, man. You know what I mean?
Rusev Machka.
Rusev break. So yeah,
they were chanting, but they didn't really care. I'll tell you that the fans didn't care.
Yeah,
100%. They didn't care.
Yeah, I think it's one of them ones we can move on from.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. But the Rusev thing too, like it was a disappointing return. They didn't care.
Yeah, before we move on, wait. Obviously, AC Milan beat Inter Milan, and now he's being shameless. Do you know what? I'm gonna give him a word or a word, a good reaction, yeah, of what was said at Elimination Chamber. That's what I'm gonna do.
Go fuck yourself.
شو رايك؟ يلا انقلع بس الف مبروك. Anyway, this guy's with me in Union. He's an AC Milan fan who beat Inter Milan, and he's trolling me because my team lost to Inter Milan in the Champions League. What a fraud. Anyway, back to conversation. Should we move on from what you call it? This matchup?
Yeah, tag was meh. We don't really care. Naomi and Cargill was meh. Match was meh. If anything, Jade looked strong. Naomi got in some good stuff. That was about it. That was the match. Jade is wearing the least amount of clothing she's probably ever worn in a ring. Full stop.
Oh yeah, facts.
It's getting to the point where it's like, Jesus Christ, girl. Like,
you would think you're actually in Vegas, bro.
She's just wearing straps over her bits, which I'm not complaining about, but she doesn't need that. Like, she's got this fucking body of an Adonis, like, I don't think she needs it. But yeah, it was fine. It was a nothing burger match, bro. Absolutely nothing burger.
I think they missed an opportunity, bro. If I'm being honest, I actually think Naomi should have won.
A lot of it, because of the heel turn. But Jade Mania, they want to make her a star, bro.
I know, but bro, they could have done this thing in which Naomi forms a group, beats Jade.
Yeah, you said that, but it didn't happen, bro. So it doesn't make I said, even those girls, man, like they've already got enough people. So when it comes to NXT names that they do not use correctly, we don't need another couple more girls that are going to play lucky to someone else on the main roster. We don't. Got them with Chelsea. You've got them look at Piper Niven, bro. She's been playing someone's lucky for her whole fucking career, and she should be like the new Nia Jax. We don't need it. We don't need it.
I think in Naomi's case would have been the case. That's just me. There's
she could have used the win because it makes a heel turn pointless, but they weren't going to make Jade lose. She's barely had a match. You think about it, bro. She's barely had matches still.
No, I get it.
She still had 5 to 10 times as many matches in AEW as she had in WWE, and she's been there just as long now. She's done 0 matches, bro. That was probably her first one-on-one.
I mean, and pay-per-view, probably. It's in pay-per-view.
Yeah, she's only been in tag matches. So she's been protected.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen her in one-on-ones, but them one-on-ones, they're on Raw, SmackDown.
Yeah, squash matches.
Yeah.
Anyways, move on. I didn't rate it.
All right. Well, this one we're probably gonna rate. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. I actually thought this was
the right man won. The match was fine.
The match was very good in my opinion.
Yeah, it was pretty good because they finally hit all the spots that they fucked up in all their previous matches. I was actually surprised that they went for the top rope spring up because LA Knight kept fucking that up previously. The match was fine. The counter to I don't even know what's LA Knight's fucking.
What's the BFT? You mean?
The counter to that where he did the handstand and just looked him in the eyes was sick. Yeah, I'm not an LA Knight fan at all. So I just do not care for the guy. The crowd were essentially booing him. Everyone was hot for fuck. Yeah, everyone was. They were a mark crowd too, bro. I loved Cena for ripping into him for booing Cody. They were such a mark crowd, bro. Not even in the way that Canada is. It was just Vegas. They were just trying to be. The only good thing they did all night was celebrate for Dom. Everything else that they did, they were just a bunch of marks all night.
Celebrate the what? Sorry.
Celebrating Dom when Dom ran back into the ring. Dom got the biggest pop of both nights. I thought besides that, the crowd was the The crowd were a bunch of marks. They were a bunch of dudes that were reacting like they were reading internet headlines. Basically, they were a bunch of marks. The fact that they were cheering Cena throughout that match, booing Cody, and then when the match ended the way it ended and they hated it, they booed the house down. Like it was like they're fickle, they're stupid. Cena was 100% correct. He called them out on all their bullshit. The way they treated Cody was a joke.
Yeah, well, I don't. We're gonna get to that later on, but like I agree, bro. It makes no sense how the whole cheering and booing happened in that one. But hey, listen, man. In terms of LA Knight versus,
it was a good match. It was a very good match.
It was a good match.
10 minutes.
The
pace was crazy. Jacob's a
them.
monster. He's a monster. And I think the dude should wrestle with the fucking singlet off look that he does. Like when he fucking pulls the straps down. I think he should wrestle like that all the time. Because he looks fat when he's got the straps on. And then when he's got the straps off, he looks like a monster. He looks like a werewolf when he's got the straps off. I think he should wrestle like that all the time. And inevitable heel turn incoming with either Solo or the others. Like I think that's how they bring in like his other brother and Solo's other brother. Like, or
you
sorry,
don't think Fatu turns heel? Or like
no, I
stays
think
heel?
I think Solo. I think Fatu's the face already, and the rest of them kick him out because he's overshadowed the group from the moment he's come in, and he was the last addition
if you're
to
doing
it.
it naturally, you're gonna do it naturally.
It already has been done naturally. That's why I'm saying that they go for it.
Look at this shameless guy. This shameless.
Tonga Lower would be ready to be back soon. Hiku Leo's ready to go. Yeah, they could have Hiku Leo be the one who debuts, and like Fatu's like, who the fuck is that? And then Tonga Lower and Tama Tonga come out. Obviously, his older brothers, and then they give him the nod, and then all three of them beat the fuck out of him. And Solo comes out, gives him the thumbs down. New bloodline, a new, stronger, and Fatu is the Pacific Islander Roman Reigns. Not Roman Reigns, Pacific Islander Braun Strowman. Like he becomes the monster, the new resident monster until Jonah Rock, fucking Bronson Reed comes back, and then I think we get them straight away. Because he was a part of that bloodline too, and he got used and he got hurt in that match, and now he's, you know what I mean? Like, and he was over as shit. Like Bronson Reed, people were starting to love him. So I think that's where it heads. Long-term booking. We get
we'll get to that.
We get a new version of the bloodline. We get Jacob Fatu as a face. We get Bronson Reed coming back. And we get a few new additions to the bloodline. I think all up, that's what's going to happen. And that'll stretch out over months now. Fatu will probably hold that title for at least 6 months, I reckon. Just lost your audio, bro.
I muted by accident. And I was going to say, and we're going to have good matches out of them 6 months.
100%. I think, well, if they book him, because we know they don't like booking US title matches. But yeah, I think he will hold it for a long time. I think it's going to take I think it's going to take a monster to take it from him. And I think that monster is Bronson. Like 100% Bronson.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
The story's already there. Because he was they brought, like, he was brought in as a merc for hire for the bloodline, and he did his job for him, but he got hurt and he was abandoned. The story's there, bro. Like, the story's there, and the people were behind him, and he'll 100% be the heel in a Fatu situation. So I think that's ideally that's where I want to see it go. But big ups to Fatu, first gold. LA Knight's reign has been a flop. People wanted him to be the world champion. Fuck off, man. Yeah.
Yeah, but I will say this about LA Knight. I feel like if he was world champ, he'd be in better feuds. Because US champ, you're not getting good feuds out of US champ.
Yeah, but what can a guy who just says yeah do in a better feud?
Yeah, but he doesn't just say yeah. That's my point. Like, he actually cuts more than. But I do agree. The yeah is his like catchphrase. Yeah. It is his
But
catchphrase.
yes,
But,
his downfall.
but
In the
that's
same
not
way
actually
that Yeet will probably be Jay Uso's downfall. People will get sick of Yeeting in a few months, bro.
They do. Yeah, but here's the thing. Let's be honest, is less zesty compared to Yeet, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I know. I don't rate him, bro. I'm sorry, I don't. He's
no, it's your opinion. I'm not here trying to change your mind, or I'm just saying, like, for me,
I think he's going back to catering, bro.
I
Straight
don't
up.
think.
I think he's going back to catering. I think we barely see him on TV, and when we're going to see him on TV, it's going to be to put over guys like Logan Paul.
I don't see it at all. I really don't see that. But hey, we'll see when time comes.
I reckon I'll put my money on it. I reckon he'll be producing within a year.
LA Knight. Hey, if he does that, then fair play to you for calling it out. But I don't see it, man. I can see him in bigger feuds and
catering, producing. That's his career path.
Again, we will see. We shall see. He'll probably not do much now, but he'll probably do something somewhere down the line. Anyway,
he's 40. He's 43. He's down the line. He's
down the line. Yeah, okay. I said nothing for much for.
Just saying, like WWE have put younger, fitter people in producing situations that have been better than LA Knight.
Yeah, that doesn't.
They have like 100% done that before.
I'm not denying
Nick Aldis, bro. Nick Aldis is 38 and ready to go, and a former NWA world champion, which also LA Knight is. But Nick Aldis, bro, is 5 years younger than LA Knight, and he has to play
GM. Well, he needs to eventually be a wrestler, though.
He's one of the best of all time. Look up his match with Cody, bro. Like, he's an NWA, TNA. Like, I'm just saying, bro. I've seen WWE do this shit before to that type of vanilla character.
Yeah, but just because listen, I get your point. You've seen him do it, so it's possible. I get it, but like
I've always been a wrestling fan, Tommy, mate. Always.
Yeah, man. But hey, listen. Anyway, we move on. Yeah. This argument could be placed in another direction. Another debate in another direction. Yeah. Now, the next one, what was after that? I wasn't sure. It was El Grande Americano versus Rey Fenix. Now,
biggest disappointment of the night. No.
Yeah.
You know why I was disappointed? Rey Mysterio wasn't there.
Yeah, man.
I think because Rey got hurt, that story continues longer than it's meant to now. But they delivered one hell of a match in like 7 minutes, something like that. Like I
think they could have done better, personally.
They didn't get enough time. The pace they were going at, bro, was brutal. But what a match for Rey. Like, nothing's going to hurt Rey. Gable's cheating. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
used the medal again.
Yeah, twice, bro. Like, he's cheating. You know what I mean? Phoenix goes from AEW to wrestling a one-on-one match at WrestleMania. Like that, bro. So he doesn't care. His brother was in the crowd
a few weeks ago. It's not like
that's what I mean, man. That's what I mean. Like, it's like we got a match that we weren't meant to get, but I guarantee, because I remember I was looking forward to the possibility. I seen it from Simon Miller, the possibility of Mysterio and Gable, like a fit Mysterio could have had a good match with Gable, a fun.
I think he would have beaten him as well.
Yeah, because we would have got the demasking, right? But instead, we got a match that made Gable look like an absolute fucking beast. Added to the actual lucha character stuff that he's been doing, like that. Some of those moves he went for were like, I mean, he could have killed himself. That moonsault, cannibal, whatever you want to call it,
I have no idea what they call it, bro.
Was high risk. Was more high risk than Brock Lesnar's moonsault against Kurt Angle. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and if you're getting Rey Mysterio, Rey Fenix, and Chad Gable in a one-on-one marquee lucha-based match, you want to see shit like that. And I thought like, and the PK kick along the ropes too from Phoenix was fucking marvelous. Like, and how they told the story of he kicked him in the face and he hurt his ankle, like, and he full kicked him in the face. Like, I thought they had a sick match. If they like, it could have been went longer, 100%. It was probably one of the. It probably had the shortest amount of time on the whole card, honestly.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I still enjoyed it. But if Ray wasn't hurt, I don't think we would have got the ending that we got. But I don't think it hurts Ray, Phoenix, and I think it helps the story. It furthers the story, even though I think that was going to be the end of the story. Because Chad is a lot better than a gimmick luchador, whatever. But I think if anything, like this has just shown that dude can literally do anything. He can wrestle any style. He can pretend to be any character, and he's a dirtbag the whole time. You know what I mean? He's been excellent in this feud, but it does feel like the weirdest feud ever. Still, like, why are they doing it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. By the way,
unless the goal is to send him to AAA now in Mexico and have him fucking stand there in his American shit getting booed out of the goddamn building.
Actually, I was gonna bring that up. Obviously, before the match, they announced that.
Big deal. It's a big deal.
Yeah, and then what's his name? Vikingo.
Vikingo, yes. Vikingo.
Yeah.
Vikingo was the one that they showed.
See,
yeah, that's how they say it.
I don't watch AAA. I'm not gonna act like some geek.
Vikingo. Viking Ingo.
Yeah, Vikingo. Yes. Okay, yeah. I'm very sorry. But yeah,
he's mad. He's mad. I was very surprised by that, bro. Them showing him on there because literally we had him on AEW a couple of weeks back. Like his last match was against Kenny Omega. You know, so it's a big deal. I don't know where it's going to go. And AAA, like when you start watching Botchamania, you'll see AAA are the laughing stock of the Mexican wrestling promotions. They're the AEW of the Mexican wrestling promotions. So we'll see where they go with it, but it is a massive deal. And the fact that they announced Worlds Collide involving them straight away. I really have hope that they're going to buy a Japanese company next, and then start a truly kind of international based thing. Think of all those international guys that they have on the main roster that they don't use well. If they had a program that was based around Japan, Mexico, Europe, would be perfect place for all those guys. Perfect place. Like proper indie wrestling on a WWE product. Big up, Slam. What's going on, bro?
Big up, Benjamin. How are you, man? Hope you're good.
But yeah, we'll see where it goes, man, because I'm like, they're as much as they're breaking away from the mold of luchas versus only luchas. And they need more of this to make any of these Mexicans or luchas be anything, especially guys like Phoenix and Penta. They need to continue having them in feuds the way they're doing it. Like Penta's immediately, he's not even feuding with a Mexican, like Dom, granted, but he was feuding with Penta and all that. But it's a good start, man. And it is a big deal. They either got AAA dirt cheap or they made a deal with them that had something to do with creative control, bro, because like AAA is family owned in the same way that like Vince ran WWE. And it would have taken a massive amount of money, or there was just some deal where WWE paid them stuff all, but they still maintain creative control. And I cannot see that happening with anything that WWE buy into. So I think it was a big money deal. And they're keeping the families on as the face. You know, they'll be the Mexican McMahons, basically. But it's a big deal. It's good for wrestling. Like it is good for wrestling. The things that Hunter is doing in terms of just other companies, acknowledgement, it's just stuff that you never in a million years could have imagined under Vince. Ever.
Tell me about
it. No matter however people want to go about Hunter's booking and who he's buried and who he hasn't, when it comes to building up wrestling as a whole, he's 100% doing that.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, good news all around. If it was 5 years ago, pre-COVID era, like what they did to Europe, I'd be extremely worried that they just bought out half the Mexican wrestling and now they're going to bury it. Because that's exactly what they did to the European wrestling scene with NXT UK. They destroyed the European wrestling scene. So I hope they don't do that because they have been known to do it. They buy out a whole territory and then just don't book people.
Nah, I hear that 100%. Liam, do you want to add anything on
Sparrow just said they'd make a killing in India.
Yo, by the way, I hope you guys are happy with this setup. Looks way better than the old one.
Liam's gonna have to fix his camera. So am I.
Yeah, I apologize, guys, but it's just it looks so shit the other way around.
bad?
Yeah, it looks better like this, in my opinion. So, yeah. But yeah, guys. Liam, do you want to add anything quickly?
I don't really know too much about it, mate, but I just hope that, from what I have heard, I was on the show with Touchline, so I apologize for being late. From what I heard, from what Jester said, I just hope they don't bury talent because, realistically, Shinsuke Nakamura should be a massive star, and he's not. He's a fraud.
Yeah, well, that would be the exact. He was going to be the first person that I was going to say would be that if they had that place, that's where you would send him, and he would be a god.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like if they book a place like that, well, Shinsuke, Finn, there's just dudes that straight away I'll be like, yep, send them back, do it. But yeah,
so it's how AEW has Ring of Honor, for example.
The talent that, yes, 100%. The talent that they had assembled for that announcement was a big deal. They had all the NXT, WWE, like Raw, like the talent they had behind, Damian Priest, Penta, Stephanie Vaquer. Like when you look at it on a major picture on like when they assembled all that Latino talent, you're like, yeah, okay. If they do it well, this could really, really work. Because I've been very critical of their booking of Latino talent for some time. Damian Priest seems to be the only person who's been able to escape it, but he's still stuck with the Hispanic tropes with his wrestling character. But he's been able to escape. No, it works for him. It works for him. But he's because of his size, he's not getting put in lucha versus lucha matches.
Oh, no, 100%. Oh, no, but that's different. But he doesn't even need that.
It is different, but the same thing could happen to Penta, and Penta is not a normal sized lucha at all. He's chunkier than them. Even Vikingo, bro. Vikingo wrestles like a lucha, but he's a bit bigger than a lucha, man. He's like a Kenny Omega size. Like, just saying. And even Ray Fenix, bro. Ray Fenix can do every single lucha thing available, but he can also be Will Ospreay. And that's he can be Mexican Will Ospreay, bro. Like, watch Ray Fenix and Will Ospreay, and he's just not as ripped as Ospreay is, but he can 100% fight exactly like Ospreay. Kicks, elbows, handsprings. Like, he's not just a lucha. They're both so special, Penta and Fenix. Like, AEW's biggest loss, 100%, besides Cody Rhodes and Jade Cargill, the biggest loss and fuck up they ever made was losing the Penta brothers. Like, they fucked up big time.
Yeah, man. All right, guys. Let me know what your thoughts on that, guys, in the comments. Next, shit show of shit shows. Charlotte, Tiffany. Absolutely.
I don't know why you guys thought it was shit. I don't.
Can I be honest? Can I start and tell you why I thought it was terrible? I thought it was terrible because everything Charlotte and Tiffany were doing was so sluggish. You could tell they were more focused on destroying one another, like for real, than actually having chemistry for a match that they're supposed to be having. You can just tell, bro. Like, usually when, like, you see, for example, the main event that we're going to talk about after this, yeah, there's hatred there, but they were able to put certain amount of hatred aside and use that as fuel to actually gain chemistry with one another.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know. Just because they beat each other bloody, I was okay with it. And it was Charlotte Stifter and Tiffany came out on top. with a fucked up face. So I got to give her credit. Like we've
credit
never
where it's
seen.
due. No, but it's just when you're watching.
I know what you mean, though. I do know what you mean. Like if you were to compare it to the main event, those guys were wrestling, absolutely wrestling,
and they're
like,
telling
they were
a
hitting
story as well. Like, and they hate each other too. It's not like they like one another and were willing to
Sparrow
work
reckons the match was booked that way. Sparrow reckons the match was booked to be scrappy, especially with the build up to it and shit.
Who? Oh,
He's
it's
saying
your
it in my chat, bro. In my chat, he was
Oh.
saying he reckons it was booked to be like that, and I feel like it kind of was too. I don't know. I just felt I was okay with it because the outcome was correct. The way the story being told over the moonsault was correct. The way Tiffy tried to actually go dirty and work the knee, and then the way Charlotte, the dirtiest player in the game, was like, "Fuck no, bitch! I'm going to work your knee." I thought it worked. I thought, yeah, it was scrappy, but like, you don't get many women's matches where your champion retains and look the way Tiffy did, and you don't get matches also like that where an opponent of Charlotte's caliber can do that to the champion, but still not look that strong. Still come across as just someone who works stiff. And again, I think that just adds to Tiffany. I think the match will help Tiffany. Full stop. In the long run, I think it did its job. It made her look tough. Like she almost had like a Liv Morgan, Becky esque kind of smiling through the fucking bloody teeth, you know, like it becomes an iconic look for girls when they do. Britt Baker doing it, like, and Charlotte's a bitch, bro, and she's considered one of the best of all time. And if she stiffs you in the ring, I mean, she stiffs Nia Jax, and she couldn't make Nia Jax move, and she stiffed Tiffany, and she beat the living shit out of her. So I don't know. There's a part of me that looks at it as like the greater picture, like the beating that Tiffany took is only going to, in the long run, absolutely help her. And the fact that Tiffany still retained means we're done with Charlotte. You know, you'd hope for a while, for a fair while. I think it was the right thing. I enjoyed the match. I really enjoyed it. The story over the moonsault stuff was great. And then, like, the first moonsault we get, she gets the knees up. I genuinely thought they told a really good story with the moonsault. And it was, like I said, from the moment Charlotte won the Royal Rumble, I essentially thought that's all the match was going to be, was who can hit the moonsault or who can hit it the most or whatever. Like, the match they were doing, it was who can hit it, because they weren't letting either. Like, the match story was there, bro. They wouldn't let anyone go for it. Yeah, it could have been more technical. Should have been a lot more fucking suplexes and shit like that. But Tiffy won. Charlotte lost. Charlotte, they had very similar attire. That was odd again. Charlotte's gown when she came out, she was a flare. She looked amazing. But my God, her body is all sorts of out of shape and disproportioned and just weird. And then there's Tiffy, who's thick as shit. And I'm not a Tiffy fan, but I am now. Like, so I don't know. I'm happy with it. I didn't think it was trash. I didn't think it was trash.
The ending was the only thing I'm happy about, because that's what I was hoping for out of this. But Liam, what's your thoughts? And then we move.
I agree with Jester. I enjoyed it. You know, you can't shit on each other week in, week out. Pause. On the mic. You know, to the point where it's going personal. She's talking about marriages, 3-0 or 0-3, whatever. And then, you know, look what Kaiser's in my DM, blah 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 blah. And then not like
have that type of match.
Yeah, if it would have been like a little pansy type match where they're like divas, then yeah, like it would have been.
That would have been hilarious if they just slapped the shit out of each other the whole time.
Just having like a cat fight.
But you'd be like, what the fuck? Like Charlotte Flair in a cat fight? What the fuck? Like,
yeah. Exactly. So no, I agree with you. I enjoy.
We get a rematch down the line where they do have the more technical match. Then the Charlotte stay in the picture. Yeah, That's the best way to put it. When you said like they had that type of build up, if they didn't stiff each other, you would have felt like, well, then the build up was pointless. And it was like next to the triple threat, it felt like the most real build up that they've ever had for anything. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. I don't know why. I enjoy it. I've seen a lot of people ragging on it, and I'm like, I don't know. I felt like we watched different matches, man. Yeah. I'm not a fan of either of them though. So it's like if I start coming around to a girl like Tiffy, I think that means they're doing good work. Liv Morgan is another great example. Couldn't stand her, and I think she's incredible now. Her work in the ring is good. But yeah, I enjoyed it. And
I think with it as well is like obviously my prediction obviously didn't come true. But I was predicting Charlotte because I thought, like you just said, that they were going to carry this on going up to SummerSlam. But I understand why they went with Tiffy, and now I just hope that she proves certain people right in the aspect of she is the lady now. I still have my doubts, in my opinion.
They're going to have to put her in some technical feuds, and then even have now the very next test for her is that she has a feud with someone, and it doesn't go down that
road,
that personal, you know what I mean, and that it's done in the ring, that it's done through character work and stuff like that. Bro, that shit went way offline. Like it was, from the sounds of it. I mean, I still think we got worked. I still think we got worked through the whole thing, like the way the dirt sheets were. I think we got worked, and I think it was very good acting from Charlotte the whole way through. I think we got worked. I think she probably was professional about it. But if we didn't get worked, then it's the same old, like it's what you've heard forever.
It's one of the bro.
Because I could have swore that Tiffy was supposed to be a heel as well.
But she felt like it going into it.
Yeah, but you know what the problem was though, Liam, is because the fact
nobody
that
wanted Charlotte
too much that nobody wanted.
Because 100% when Charlotte won the Rumble, they were booking her as a face. When they were doing those return vignettes and shit, she was a face, 100%. And it was weird. It was coming across as like, I don't know. But I definitely would say, yes, Tiffy was a heel. Like, even off the back of the Nia Jax thing, man. Like, she cashed. She was playing lucky to a heel and then cashed in on a heel. Like, it's a heel thing. Like, I don't know. But she's definitely a face now, bro. Chicago did that. What was it? What time is it, Chicago? Tiffy time. Like, they destroyed her, bro. And she's like, that's power. Like, she's over now, bro. All right, next match.
And now we head into the main event of the night one. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. I have to say, I found it interesting that Roman Reigns actually changed the color of his gloves, for one. Two, because he usually wears red, he wore white.
He was wearing white, yeah.
Yeah. Two, I found interesting that CM Punk came out last with his whole his Fire Burns music. You know what I mean? I found that very cool. He didn't come out actually with it, but like there was a vignette played.
Yeah, they did the promo.
With a bit that he don't do drugs and all that. He's straight edge, yada yada. Bro, that was cool. It's like, what do they call it? What did they say when you flashback? What do they call it?
What, the straight edge society?
No. When you say you're doing something and you say it brings back to that moment back in the day, it links up to
like
that
a throwback.
Throwback. Throwback's the word. Yeah. Throwback. That was a throwback vignette. I found that very cool. The main event, it played out the way it should have been played out. We all knew Seth Rollins should have won eventually. We knew it was going to happen as well, because this whole CM Punk favor, and Roman Reigns was already with Paul. Then Roman took it, took it wrong, and then the attack to Paul Heyman Raw prior, you're like thinking, okay, yeah, everything Seth Rollins has told Paul Heyman, you knew where this is going. So yeah, man, I found it insane, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie. I actually think this triple threat, even though there was really nothing on the line, you would think that there was so much on the line for how good this match was. So brilliant, man. Brilliant. But what you guys thought?
I think it's probably going to be remembered as
Wow,
the greatest triple threat match of all time.
Yeah.
Possibly. I mean, I have to go right back. I mean, you'd have to go back to like the Triple H golden era, like to find the best triple threats of all time. Like back then, when it was like Rock, Angle, Triple H. That'd probably be it. That'd probably be the one. SummerSlam, 99, 2000, something like that. The Rock, Angle, Triple H. Like it's the only one I can think of. But the stakes of this one were way bigger. The stars involved were way bigger. Man, the sequences, like how professional all those three guys are to be able to remember a match of that level with the bits that they did, like the time. There was not one moment that was off. Like everything, like and their whole build up, truthfully, has been like that. Every single bit of selling, every bit of offense, every verbal jab, it's all felt real, all felt perfect. And the match was beyond perfect. Paul Heyman should be in movies. He's that good of an actor. His stuff on the sidelines was comical, so comical. He just looked so physically pained throughout the whole match. And then the moment that come down to like the moment he even went for the chair, it was like, here we fucking go. And he was a different Paul Heyman instantly. And then just even after the betrayal, that's my tribal chief. Like where he betrayed Punk first. And he's like, that's my tribal chief.
Choose, tribal.
And then even afterwards, like if anyone's seen the interview that he did with Pat, he put it like that. He put it like that like Punk was never his best friend. That Roman was his vice. Like the Roman, he even still says in past tense, he is my tribal chief. But this is something else. Like this is beyond that. This is further than that. And where they're headed, hooey.
Can I just say this bit? Sorry to interrupt, but this bit right here, bro. And for those who haven't watched the Pat McAfee show,
but watch the Pat McAfee 100. What did you show him? The Michael Cole bit?
No, there was one fan. There was one fan that was dissing him,
yelling out, yeah.
And he
was on full roast mode. He was on full roast mode. It was like ECW.
So it's like, are you upset? He saw him laughing, so then he's like, then he called him. I don't remember what he called him, but he called him some fucking name.
And Sparrow almost straight away at Mania, Sparrow was already calling him Paul E. Dangerously, He was already calling him that again when it happened at Mania. And then with what's happened at Raw, Paul E. Dangerously, bro.
Jerk off. I called him a jerk.
Paul E. Dangerously. Like we are getting that version of Paul Heyman in ECW. Like we haven't really seen this version of Paul Heyman since he had hair and he was on SmackDown with a ponytail. When Vince brought him in as another catalyst of like poison into the WWE, and he was so good in that role, trying to reinvigorate the SmackDown roster. Then he became the Beast Incarnates and went from there. Like the thing that Pat McAfee thing, full stop. Like I've watched both episodes that they did now since Mania, like the first the Rock one, the fucking Rock one, bro. He's so fucking full of shit. My God, I hate him so much. Everything he says, fake motherfucker. That Paul Heyman shit is incredible. And it's just like he's unhinged. Like he's unhinged. And I think the version of him that we're gonna get now, everything about it, like everything that I said about why Seth needed to win, why I wanted Seth to win. Like I'm a Seth fan. Like all this main event picture, all this bullshit, all this celebrity, all of it. Reason I, in my heart of hearts, went with Seth and what I wanted was because it was the right thing to do, and he's been the guy forever. And they went and fucking did it. I can't believe that. It's like Triple H hasn't put Seth in this position or put this much faith behind him since the Alliance fucking authority shit. And that only happened because everyone else was hurt. Like Seth was the guy anyways, but they were literally, they had to build nothing feuds with Seth because there are other, like Randy's hurt, Cena's hurt, everybody's out. You know, Daniel Bryan, everybody was out. So like Seth was the guy, but he was a manufactured guy as much as he was like, you know, that the dude that you're meant to hate in that. Like people don't look fondly at the authority era.
I was not a fan of that.
Who is? Even though it sent Seth on his trajectory to where he is now.
Strapped the rocket to his ass.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And he deserved it. You know, and then on the opposite end of the spectrum, we're getting Roman forced down our throats. You know, and then you had Dean. Everybody wanted Dean. And they weren't using him. Like, look at Roadblock, bro. You know, like that Roadblock, Triple H, and then we end up at fucking Mania with Brock Lesnar and Ambrose in the worst hardcore match of all time. Like that Roadblock, they missed an opportunity there to turn that, what was a one-on-one match, into a triple threat that would have been one of the most memorable triple threats in history. But Triple H and his golden shovel and Vince and what they, and that was the start of Ambrose, you know, John Moxley. Seth is the man, and they could take this to, I mean, they are taking it to the next level, aren't they? Look what happened on fucking Raw.
Oh, bro.
Now,
Sami
Zayn. Sami Zayn. This is where he comes back in.
Oh, shit.
Sami is a part of the Alliance.
I don't see it. Nah, I don't see it at all. I don't see it. If anything, do you know what I see out of this? So you remember when I told you earlier that I would like to see Sami Zayn win the Rumble?
Yeah. Saudi.
His
Rumble.
opponent,
yeah,
world champion Seth Rollins.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but they were showing on Raw that he was going to turn heel.
But I don't. But bro, I don't know.
And Seth has always been trying to get like the most brutal dog version out of Sami Zayn, like backstage. Like he's like not one of the dudes that, like, it's not like he hates him. He hated him for the Roman Reigns stuff, like, but he's been one of those, like him and Sami are cut from the exact same cloth, you know, in terms of their characters and where they come from and how they're treated and shit like that. But there is the manipulative, gaslighting, egotistical and toxic Seth Rollins that could absolutely manipulate, especially with Paul Heyman's help, absolutely manipulate Sami Zayn into, like, it's almost like another bloodline thing again. But this time it's not Sami trying to get accepted. It's Sami giving in to fucking what he, like, be in the face, like giving, you know, doing it. If Sami wants to do it, he's going to have to do it like in the same way KO's done it, you know, like, and that could be a part of the story too, even further down the line. You know, It would be perfect. But I genuinely think, I think Sammy's. I think because I think they've already teased it. I think they've been teasing Sammy and that big gold belt for a long time. And say Sammy joins him, and in doing so betrays like a Jey Uso. Mate, I think the story's there.
I don't see it, man.
I think there's going to be multiple guys, but I think the story's there. I think it's been there for the last year or two. And then eventually down the line, again, Sammy being Sammy's the guy that breaks away and gets the huge pop and says no, because Sammy's that guy. You can't tie him down. You can't make him a shit person forever. Like, he's just too lovable. He's too good at both sides of the spectrum.
Maybe if you put him a part of the group for a certain period amount of time, and then he eventually turns.
That's what I'm saying. But I think they're going to swerve us with him joining them soon. Like, I think it's going to be a thing. I think there's going to be more to him, and I think Becky's going to be involved too.
Becky.
The original Dangerous Alliance had like 5 or 6 people, so I think they're going to go big with this. To have it get done one night, even that 100%. But to have it like Mania night 1, and then 2 nights later, it's already got a new member, and they're already tearing shit up. Like, if it wasn't about strapping a rocket further to Seth and having him, Seth didn't need Paul. Seth can get on a microphone, he can do his own thing.
Yes.
But this version of Seth Rollins with Paul Heyman being his advocate, well, that's essentially what you got on the Pat McAfee show. Like, this version of Seth Rollins that already says whatever the fuck he wants. If he's not going to say anything and Paul's going to talk for him, that's a scary version of Paul. If he could do the same for Sami Zayn, imagine how they could alienate the crowd. And if Paul Heyman was talking about Sami Zayn and Sami Zayn's treatment and the fans and everything, with Sami being a bad guy and the fans, oh mate, package is right there. Big money, and Sami just fucking staring into the camera with like a dead eye of like, you have done this to me, I think it's happening, bro. I know you love him, and I know you want what you want, but wrestling can break hearts sometimes, bro, and we don't always get what we want.
I know.
Sometimes you get what you want, but it's not in the form that you want it. But,
hey, listen, if they executed the way that we just discussed, in which maybe he eventually turned face, then cool, bro.
So like a year from now, at best. But this needs to be a thing. And also I seen another comparison. Seth is Hunter, Bron is Batista, Paul is Flair. They need an Orton.
Now, an Orton, this could be it.
I've seen that too. That's 100%. So that was literally the 5-man group that I've seen almost confirmed 100% for what people want, for what they think, for everything is the same thing. But if I feel like Austin, though, is going to go, because he's got to get out of A-Town Down Under, and then that means he's betraying Grayson, and then that means he's a face, and it's a complicated path to get there.
Yeah, but Theory needs a repackaging, so I couldn't care, bro.
Yeah,
to be honest.
But 100% Theory should be the guy because he's a protege to Seth as it is. So yes, Theory should be the guy.
But from what Jess is saying though, is basically they need to make it so people start loving the other guy. What's the other guy called in Down Under?
Grayson Waller.
They need to start loving him, so then when he
which
turns,
you could do,
like,
which you could so do.
Yeah,
but no, he does his best shit as a
heel,
as a heel. Like Grayson Waller's a fucking jerk, bro. Like he's so good at what he does. But he could be a face too. Like literally in Australia before he went to WWE, he was a face. He was like a John Cena thugonomics face, like the cocky, arrogant Mark Wahlberg style face before he went to NXT. That's what he was. So it could be done.
But you'd have to get him out of NXT,
which could be done 100%. He's already 100. That's a good call too. That is a very good call.
Champion.
And he doesn't need to be. Like it was almost like they just sent him there anyways, just to see what he was physically capable of on TV. And they've given him, if anything, they've given him more promo time than wrestling time, which would have been the biggest part of his career that people have questioned him about, like, over the course of his career. And they've 100%, since they put him in NXT, they've given him more promo time and character work than anything. He doesn't need work in the ring. The guy's fucking a monster. His matches against Darby Allin, mate, they're fucking gold, bro. But yeah, that's a good call. I'd be down for that. And Ethan Page would very much be a Paul Heyman guy and a Seth Rollins guy.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But yeah, so me and I think Sparrow thinks similar too. Like we think big faction, 4 or 5 people, maybe girls included too. Zoe Stark, someone like that.
You know what'd fit well in that? You know who would fit? Yeah, Zoe Stark is a good shout. Maybe you could have both Zoe and obviously you can have Becky Lynch. That's the problem. Yeah, so never mind. Yeah, Zoe and Becky.
Like brawling bitches, bro. Like punch you in the face, brawling bitches with an attitude. And have Becky stop being Becky. Like have her come out, but have Becky be Marina Shafir. Basically, have Becky stop being Becky and have Becky be what Marina Shafir's doing for fucking John Moxley in AEW. Like, but for Seth Rollins, could you imagine the heat? Could you imagine the heat legitimately? Because like even in WWE, right? If you're backstage, you're having a segment, you get in Seth Rollins' face, and then Becky Lynch gets in your face and tells you to back down and go on, do it. Like, you can't touch her. You can't. WWE, you know what I mean? Like, and she's the man. Like, it would work. It would work. She's not going to be the bodyguard that Marina Shafir's been, but she'd be the little fucking yappy mouthpiece.
She'd be more of she'd be more of like a trash talker.
Oh, it'd work so good, bro. It'd work so good. 100%. She stands in front of him and Seth's just like, like doing this laugh as she's standing in front of him. Like, you could see it, bro. Like, they could probably do their best career work together if they get the chance to be something like that.
Yeah, 100%. But Liam, any final words on this before we move on?
It was very good.
Main event, perfect.
Bro, when they all went down, like what was it? GTS, knocked out standing up, spear,
and then stomp.
That bit was like, you know, when they do the timing of how they all go down at once, but just that was done.
Yeah, and it led to Paul Heyman stuff.
Darling, bro, he was like on his feet, you know, like knocked out against the ropes and then just stop and straight back down. Like, it was just perfect, bro. Like, Roman selling was the best I've ever seen. The GTS. Roman, like, can we just watch Punk do GTSs to Roman? Like, if they're going to give classes on GTS sells, go Roman, copying a GTS to everybody. That's how you copy GTS, people. Like, good shit. Best match, best triple threat I've seen in 20 years. That wasn't on NXT or something like that. You know, that wasn't an indie match. Like, best main roster triple threat I've seen since the Golden Age. Attitude Era.
Speaking of triple threats, some people make an argument for the next match. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Io Sky.
I went back and watched it.
That match, I can't lie, was a very good match as well. I think, insane. And it set the tone for the remainder of the show, actually. So fair play to these 3 women.
It did, to be honest. Nearly every match went at that pace and technicality for night 2. Nearly every match. But yeah, they killed it. That last 5 minutes was, I mean, they were trying to do what the boys did the night before, but faster. Like the last 5 minutes of that match was, they were stomping on each other, boots, elbows, like everything, and then hitting all their moves in the middle. Riptides on top of each, like on top of other people, like, you know, covers and top rope moves and everything. I mean, like, I couldn't pick it, but the right result happened. I'll say that straight up. The right result happened.
Yeah, you're winning.
But the run up to it, it did still feel weird. Having Bianca win, like it all felt kind of weird. But they delivered 100%, as they should, those three girls. But good on them for it too, because they're literally three different type of girls. Like, you got like a tall, a medium, and a small. You know, the tall and the medium are both like powerhouses, and the small is nothing like the other two, and she's the one who came out on top. So credit to that. Good booking. Where it went on Raw, I got no idea. I don't know what they're doing.
I mean, Io Sky was fighting Stephanie Vaquer. Oh, that was a good match.
Yeah, but I mean, what a waste of a great match too.
Yeah, I know Roxanne Perez and Julia.
What a waste of a great match. But I just don't know why they've had so many contenders, essentially.
But you know what? I would be happy if, I know, Liam, we watched NXT last night, but I'd be happy if both Julia and Roxanne moved to the main roster now, deeping it, or even Stephanie Becker. I don't know, but like that Raw roster for the women's division needs a revamp, bro. It needs like additions. Even the women, and then you can shuffle them up in the draft or something. But it just needs something, man. You can't just rely on Rhea Ripley.
I don't want Stephanie or Julia to go up anytime soon, and it's not that I don't think they should or could. I just don't want them to. I want them to be like Oscar in NXT. Julia especially, anyways. And it wasn't until yesterday I didn't realize how terrible of an English speaker Stephanie Vaquer is.
Yeah, she can't speak English, barely.
She can't. She really can't. Like, and that's a downfall for anybody on the main roster, especially if you're a girl. Not speaking English as a guy, not speaking English as a girl, you're done, bro. Like, you can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. Like, not unless she was like the only girl who could come onto the main roster and not speak a word and work would be Jordan Grace, because like she's a fucking monster. But all the other girls, like Steph's brilliant. Like, her work already, I'd rate her above Julia. Her work is incredible. Like, her ability in the ring is so fucking good, and she's so young. Julia's older, can speak better English, and I don't know. Like, I just don't want to see either of them come up. I want to see them two create a legacy in NXT. Both those girls, like, using each other in the same way that Oscar and Nikki Cross did. I want to see them stay there for a while, and I think that there's many women on the main roster that they could use better. I don't think there's any need to bring up others. I can understand why you'd want to, but I don't think we're using the ones we have correctly as is. And I think we got too many people in catering, and a lot of them involve women. So I think
but the ones that come to mind for me, and I can only think
Roxanne
of two.
The only one who'd be true.
Zoe Stark, and what's her name? Her partner. What's her name again?
Shayna
Baszler.
Yeah.
I think Shayna Baszler is the biggest L in terms of like what she was in NXT and what she is in the main roster.
They've never booked her. They've never ever, bro. They dropped the ball when they never booked her with fucking Ronda.
Vince, though, isn't it?
I mean, she looks like a man.
Even Triple H can
but they dropped the ball with her. Shayna Baszler in NXT was a fucking. She was a stud. She was a monster. Yeah, she was. She was believable MMA fighter. We've never even had shades of that Shayna Baszler on the main roster, bro. I agree, but she's too old now. They don't care. She's too old. Like, she's past her due. They don't care. If they were going to pull the pin on Shayna Baszler, they would have done it when they had Ronda Rousey, and they didn't. They wasted an opportunity. But I agree, Shayna was legit. Like, she should have been the monster heel. Every time they had Nia Jax as a monster heel champion, should have been Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of monster heel Nia Jax champion. So
Well, like two
we
or
haven't had
three.
Shayna Baszler.
Unfortunately.
But yeah, I don't know where they're going to go with the big picture though, because and that was clearly, I think even they don't know where they're going to go. That's what Raw was about. Was look how many different contenders we have now. Also, Rhea's black eye, bro. Woo!
Yeah, that was apparent. By the way, do
That
you
shit was
think?
nasty.
By the way, before we move on, do you think Bianca Belair is not pulling up to Raw anymore? She's just going to be in SmackDown dealing with Jade Cargill and Naomi now. Like, she was in this match, and by the way, she was getting booed.
Yeah.
God, she was getting booed. So like, something has to give.
I think you need to turn her heel.
I think so too, bro. I think somewhere down the line you turn her heel. I'm not joking.
Because her fella's a heel anyway.
Yeah, there's no point in like keeping her face anymore, especially after now that like you've seen Cena can turn heel. That's it. Like, what excuse do you really have? Yeah, it's one of them, bro.
She's a great wrestler. She's never done it for me. She's a great wrestler. Her looks great, but her character just bores the shit out of me.
Yeah, but
She
it's
doesn't
because
know
she
what she
was
wants.
one of them characters like that WWE like in like that, the prototype, as in like please the kids and all that stuff.
No, but even that, she comes to, bro, her character, full stop. The whole she comes across as a fucking prima donna tryhard to me. Like, she comes across as another Sasha Banks, bro. Like, I don't like. She's great. She's gorgeous, great wrestler. She comes across as just another good ghetto booty bitch that thinks she's better than anybody else. Like, straight up. And I don't know. It's just me, man. Like, I don't like that whole. I like proud, strong, independent woman, but I don't like that whole proud, strong, black, independent woman character vibe. I just don't like how she plays that superhero to kids, but then she's tarting around. Like, I don't know, bro. It doesn't appeal to me. It's never appealed to me. The role model that she is to little girls, I love that. Like, she's done that really well, and they've used that. But when she's, I don't know. She just doesn't do it for me, bro. Doesn't do it for me at all. Best thing she does is the fucking whoosh. Like, and it's brutal every time she does it. She's a mad wrestler. She's mad wrestler, mad talent. Even her hair, bro. Even the little curly bit.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Can't stand it. Like, I'm like, I don't understand it. I can't stand it. I don't know. Like, maybe it's a black culture thing. I don't know, but it doesn't vibe.
I was gonna try to tell you, like, I think it's her. Or like, they're not black fully. I'd say the American, like African American.
Yeah, I don't vibe with it. LA Knight is the exact same thing. He's a white version of it. I don't vibe with it.
So you don't vibe with like that whole like. How do I explain it to you? I kind of understood what you're trying to say now.
Cocky, arrogant face.
No. But even the way that they do it, because some people are cocky and arrogant, but they do it in a specific way. I just noticed you don't like it when they do it in a rap tone.
I don't think they even need to do it. I don't know. I just don't think if you're a face, like, I don't know. It's her character, bro. It's like even the way she gets in the ring. I hated Mercedes Money. Hated Sasha Banks, bro. Hated Sasha Banks. Great wrestler.
Oh no, I was a fan of Sasha Banks.
Hate the character.
I
hate the character. Cannot stand the boss, the CEO, all of it. Fucking could not give a fuck. You're Snoop Dogg's niece and you're cashing in on it. Like, just couldn't give a fuck. Great performer, but I just couldn't give a fuck. And Bianca, to me, just comes across as another version of that hasn't quite hit Sasha's level. That's all. Just saying. But something needs to give. Maybe if she's a heel, we get a better version of her. But if she starts like sistering and shit, I'm just going to turn more off of her.
No, I mean, listen, that's up to you. But for me, I dig it, bro. I like shameless energy. These two that you just described, that's shameless energy. I'm here for it, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I'm here for that shameless energy.
It's already hard enough to get into wrestling when they're pretending. You know.
Oh, man. Anyway.
People like that in real life, bro, I can't stand them. I'm like, pipe the fuck down, bro. Like, pipe the fuck down. Stop fucking trying to be the center of attention. Stop trying to make everything about you. Stop trying to fucking stop trying to be loud. Stop trying to no. I don't like people.
Oh
like
no,
that, bro.
listen. I mean, listen. If you have that personality, you do you. But like,
But her as a person, her as an athlete, freak, genuine freak. I just don't like the character.
That's fine.
Bianca Belair,
Anyway,
the AST, CEO, same
EST.
fucking thing.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing you're into classics then, because these type of characters ain't classic. Anyway, I'm saying, but anyway.
Yeah, I don't like ghetto, bro. I don't like ghetto. I don't. I'm not.
I'm not gonna lie. A part of me kind of likes ghetto. I'm not.
And you're a fucking Arab in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
bro.
I know.
How
but
ironic
listen,
is
man,
that? And I grew up in the ghetto, so it says a lot, man. Like, it says a lot.
listen. I just like the gimmick. I like the gimmick.
Yeah,
and I
you like
the
the fucking the chains and the money. You'd be over there.
No,
bro.
okay. I don't. By the
Imagine
way,
Zeke
anyone that
going up in
anyone
America
that
is like,
no, that's
yo. This is
Whoa,
ZeerTalks.
whoa, no. Give me don't get a Jester. Calm down, bro. Calm down. I'm not the type of guy to go to public wearing chains. I'm fucking simplistic. However, yeah, I probably wear like those leather bands, but I don't wear like chains, bro. Fuck
you
that,
like
bro.
the drip.
I've
bro.
been
You
gifted
like
chains and I haven't worn them in my life.
You like the Riz. You like the drip. You like the Riz.
No,
You like the
I don't
drip.
know, bro. No. I just said I like how they like. I don't know how to explain it. Like you see with Bianca and Sasha that you just mentioned earlier. I just like how they speak. That's it. I just like how they speak. It comes across as like
I want to snatch the wig straight off their fucking heads. I can't stand it.
Hey, listen. I'm here for more of it, bro. I'm here for more of it. I'm here
and
for
bro,
more.
like honestly, there is Australian versions of those women, and
listen. Obviously, in real life, they come across as like scum. I get it, but in WWE realm, it just looks badass to me, bro. I can't lie.
Yeah, I get where you come from, bro, but it's never worked for me. Anyways,
don't
we'll
get
move
it
on,
twisted.
I don't want to knock Bianca Belair too much, bro. It's just a character thing. I think she's an incredible talent. One of the most.
I will say though, but that character I was saying that I'd enjoy even more as a heel, bro. Give me that.
That's what I'm saying, though. To work better as a heel, 100%. It'd make more sense as a heel. But I hope she fucking makes little girls cry when she does it. Like, I hope she tears their hearts out,
she probably will. She
better. She better. I'll hold you to that, mate.
It's like Zia when he goes outside.
If she doesn't, then I'm gonna be like, and if she does, they don't. I'll be like, Triple H, you had an opportunity, man. And
yeah. All right.
You know what I mean? But anyway.
We've got no idea who's coming out of it, though. Yeah, like as a contender. Even you just threw up a name that absolutely should be in there and isn't in Shayna.
Yeah.
So we got no idea what's happening with that program now.
No,
which is probably a good thing.
It's gonna be Rhea Ripley again, and then from there we don't know.
Bro, even I said take her away from it. She's got nothing to do. I was like, look, I'd love her to win Aussie Pride and all that, but there's nothing left. There's nothing left. She goes 10 years away from her career now and keeps up at this rate. She's the best of all time, no doubt. Like in wrestler argument. So, but there's nothing left. It's like Becky, bro. It's like Becky.
Anyway, guys,
the ceiling's too low in the women's division. It's too easy to hit the ceiling, and then there's no once you've gone through it, there's nothing further for you.
Yeah, so like by default, you're just gonna be there.
Yeah, you become Charlotte.
That's why Charlotte is by default, because she's been
the Batman quote, bro. Live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, now we're gonna talk about something pretty good, but I actually thought could have been a little better. I mean, by a little better, a little bit more extreme. Sin City Street Fight, guys. Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest. Now, this is one of the matches in which I got cooked by Jester for not knowing who that rock star was. Slayer.
Kerry King, yeah. Good work.
I got cooked on fucking stream for not knowing. As if I give a fuck about rock stars, bro. You know what I mean? I don't care. You care. I don't care, bro.
It was
You
a
know
big
what I
deal.
mean?
It was, and it sounded evil. It actually
It's
sounded
like it's like when you talked about the
But
rap.
yeah,
thing,
I get it,
Travis.
bro. No,
You
even
don't
for me,
care.
I don't care about
Yeah,
Slayer.
exactly. It's the same
I
thing.
don't care about Slayer. But if you're a metalhead, if you have a tattoo like that that's meant to look like blood, Slayer is
Yeah, I don't.
Slayer. Like they're Slayer, bro. Like they're for me, I don't care. But Kerry King, it's a big deal to have that guy play you to the ring. Would have been cool for Damian Priest. But I enjoyed the match. I know you said it should have. Again, they were working to a very.
It was good, though.
They worked to a very small window of time. They went at it. They had those steps out so quick. The step spots. Anytime guys their size are doing step spots is always cringe. Drew's back was messed up pretty quickly. The chair spots were nasty, but the Claymore chair spot at the end looked genuinely like really bad. Like it looked like, oh, he just killed a guy. Like he just killed a guy. Like there was no. The only thing that could have been worse was if he had him head set up in the chair the way they do it, and he claymored him that way. That could have been the only way. It would have been worse. But I thought they delivered for two big men slapping man meat in 10 minutes. Like it was brutal. They went at it. The table spot was brilliant. You knew it was going to come into it when they were set up and sitting there. When Damien did his walk and he went that direction, like you fucking noob, bro. Like there's two tables set up outside the ring, and you're going to do your Undertaker tribute, like storytelling, brilliant placement and shit. But the spot,
made Priest look dumb. Yeah, it made Priest look dumb.
It did make him look dumb, like so much so that when it got to the push, like his character just literally went like he didn't even like it was like the moment he walked out to the right and Drew just went his character, like he just looked back. The selling in that moment was like Drew, like Damien fucked up. But I thought it delivered. I understand what you said. They barely went anywhere outside the arena, or anything, into the crowd. But I think they were definitely on limited time. I definitely think they were on limited time, bro. I felt like a lot of the matches were. The pace of night 2 was just non-stop all night. The pace of night 2 was non-stop. Even every match of night 2 was quick. Like the pace that they went at. The only one that wasn't was the last match.
Yeah. But you know what I feel like? You see that you mentioned time. The time, because by the way, AJ Styles match went very long. We'll get to that later. But the time they gave that, they actually could have put that or like half that time into the street fight. I felt like
100%. 100%.
That's just the way I view
it. AJ and Logan one plotted on for a little while there too, in the middle point of it, and plotted on hard. 100%. You could have taken 5 minutes from that and given it to them, and they would have done some more hardcore shit.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe you use those bit of time to go like through the crowd for a few minutes, come back in.
Yeah. No, I agree. We were fully expecting a war. We did fully expect some arena spots,
especially with no KO Orton as well. Remember?
Yeah, so. we thought we were getting a spot at least in that match. I
know we technically did with that. Again,
the table spot was a good spot, bro. It was a good spot, and Priest is a big dude. He's a big dude to be coming off the top rope like that. But it was a good spot. I still enjoyed the match, bro. The chest, the stair spots. The stair spots make me cringe every time, bro. Like, and Drew was swinging them.
That's the problem.
He was swinging them around like a madman, bro. Like, just come up to you, donk. Like, I used to love it. Like, it's back in the day, like if it was Kane, a stair spot used to be like you held it like 5 inches from their face, and then you just donked them. Like you donk, hold it close to them, donk. Whereas like Drew now is like, like holding the thing over his head and drops it on him, bro. Like he did it to his back, man. Like he did 2 or 3 to him. He was face down, but he did the bit where he like vertically just straight down his spine with the stairs, man. Like if they did that to any one of us and we were lying on the ground and 80-pound fucking set of steel stairs, like, come on, man. Like, but I enjoyed it. And they were welts, bro. Drew's body was already messed up. And the right man won. So I enjoyed it. Wish it was a little bit longer, but Mania is a long day, and that was just some good carnage, good sound of tables breaking, chairs, all that shit. I enjoyed it. It was a good match. I want Drew, mate, I'd love Drew to be in this Dangerous Alliance thing, straight up.
Yeah, Drew could be a possible one, by the way.
He'd be the best one ever to be in it.
Yeah. I actually would have, because I remember bringing up the idea of Drew and Seth being together eventually. So
I said the Twitter duo, mate.
Well, can I just say quickly before Liam speaks, that tweet he did, just another board day of work.
Oh, and with the that was pretty funny.
That's shameless. This guy.
His tweeting is so good, man. His tweeting is so good.
His jokes, but I actually don't know. Did I respond to that tweet? I don't know if I did, but that's jokes. But yeah, Liam, what do you think
of the Drew match? I thought it was good. Yeah, I like the spot with the table, like you both said, and the right person won. Drew had to get his get back, and he got it at Mania. And you could tell that they were rushed because as soon as Drew won, the guy didn't even celebrate. He just got out of the ring and walked up the ramp. But yeah, I find that he's good.
I'm still looking at the whole show. I don't know why so many of the matches felt rushed because they used more. They used more time on the second day than they did on the first day, and it still felt rushed. And if it was all to just drag out the last match,
yeah. Well, anyway, so yeah, guys.
And there was nothing involved in that, was there, for Raw?
Drew, no, obviously not, because SmackDown. Yeah. So next up, something that had implications on Raw a little bit. The Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker,
which stays in Vegas.
Title, but he didn't get pinned. It was Finn getting pinned to Dominic, and Dominic getting a mad reaction. Way, you know what I mean? And then there was obviously Penta. Penta was in this match, so it was a Fatal 4-Way match in which Dominic won, and then on Raw he fought Penta again, and JD McDonough cost Penta the match, and Dom wins, and now Finn Balor is thinking, what the hell's going on? I've been trying to defend this dude, and now he's helping Dom. Like, what? So, yeah, what are you guys' thoughts?
Yeah, well, Finn's still out of the loop, whatever's going on, and it doesn't make sense because JD was his boy. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, if JD turns on Finn, it'll be like it doesn't make sense. But Finn's on his way out, 100%. Judgment Day, get him out. But it does suck. Like, because JD, I mean, he probably works better as a heel no matter what. But him and Finn out on their own as like a face tag team would probably be really fun. I agree. But yeah, Finn's clearly not in the loop. They're making all their plans without him. And he's never liked that ever. Dom, well deserved, 100%. I was defending him last night against Mum Spaghetti, who said he was a Nepo baby and didn't. Yeah, he's him. But he was tearing him a new one, saying that he didn't deserve shit and that he's a Nepo baby. And I tore him a new one, said he doesn't have any idea what he's fucking talking about, and how Dom has single-handedly become one of the most enjoyable things about wrestling, no matter what he does. And if they ever do eventually full-blown turn him into Eddie Guerrero and have him be the version of himself now, but a face, he'll be a superstar. On this too, I was talking to this about Mrs. yesterday. Oh, I want Dom to get shredded. I want Dom to start working out a bit, and I want Dom to get shredded and go how Eddie went from when Eddie was IC title to world title. Eddie took that exact step. People always make the comparisons to Eddie. Dom has the shape for it. He's already got the shoulders and no hips. All he'd have to do is start doing push-ups every day, and he'd have that shape exactly like Eddie. I think the further Dom pushes that Eddie thing, and then eventually drops the girls and drops he can lie, cheat, and steal, but become like, even you remember Dangerous Eddie, like Eddie that was in the ladder matches and shit. Like Dom get ripped, get angry, and I think like if he can do that in the process that he's IC champion, within a year or two, we have Dom as a world champion, a legitimate world champion.
He keeps on
And
going.
I think he's more than capable of. I think that kid's growth in 5 or 6 years has been astronomical. I mean, look at him. Look, he's having one-on-one matches with Penta now. Look what he's doing.
Absolutely. He's actually, his wrestling abilities improved as well.
That's what I mean. Like, you don't get put in a one-on-one match with Penta if you can't go. Like, and he can go now. He can so go. Yeah. His character work is brilliant. I can't imagine him as a face. But that kid, when he ran back into the ring and they popped so hard for him and he smiled genuinely, if that kid dropped the girls and dropped the cheat, like, he could be a face. He could be such a face. But I would rather him be a face in the style of Eddie that was a fighting champion. Like the Eddie that was the underdog against Brock Lesnar. I think that's where Dom Mysterio, that's the ceiling for Dom Mysterio. And I think he could do it, which is a better ceiling than his dad's. You know, his dad's ceiling was the big gold title.
And I actually think that is why Cena said what he said on the Pat McAfee show about him being
well, Logan Paul and Dominic. He was
being the best Mysterio ever.
Yeah,
Dom,
because he has he said that on Pat McAfee's show. Yeah. Now, before I continue, guys,
I didn't know he said that. Did he? He said Dom.
We'll get to that quickly.
Over time,
He rated Dominic and he rated Logan.
100%.
Before we move on, guys,
big up Hassam.
الله يعطيك الصحة والعافية حبيبي والله يطول عمرك for the raid. I believe they just finished القهوة and that. So yes, guys, I'm on my way to 100 subs, so please subscribe. But don't only subscribe to me, guys. Subscribe to
hit us all up.
The Barn View, TBV
Wrestling. I'm pushing for 17.
Exactly.
15 away from 1700.
Exactly. No, this is Jester. He's also streaming on his channel, by the way. It's just it doesn't show as much because he's doing through OBS. So go check No This Is Jester. And as he does his gaming channels, wrestling channels.
I'll be doing FIFA after this. Sort us out with
FIFA as well. Also, I'll redirect to you. There you go. We're going to redirect him after this, guys. You know what I'm saying? For anyone interested. And obviously, Liam, Bayern View. That's where I do the Bayern watch-alongs with him on his channel. And TBV Wrestling is his new wrestling channel, guys. So have a look at that channel. Go check ZeerTalks social. Also comment like you already are. Thank you very much. And inshallah, you're well wherever you may be. And you know what? We're going to keep this because we're on a road to 100 subs. Big up to you, Touchline, every single time, bro. And big up to every single one of you in the chat, Hassan. Now, anyway, back to, John Cena did big up Logan Paul and Dominic. He was basically saying that they have a high ceiling because of the attitude that they give and they show how much care that they have for the business, yada, yada, yada. So, fair.
Yeah, no, I rate Dom. I was very happy for him, bro. I genuinely believe that the biggest pop of the whole weekend was when Dom ran back into the ring. Not when he first won the match, but when he ran back into the ring. I love chicken tenders. Yeah, I thought Dom got the biggest pop of the weekend, and that says a lot. But we all called that too. I think every single one of us called it. So. And I think we'll get Penta and Phoenix back together very soon. Very, very soon.
Yeah, man.
I reckon they'll keep the titles on the Street Profits and we'll end up with Penta and Phoenix versus them.
That's good.
Yeah. It would be because you've got the ability to have fast paced and hard hitting with those guys. Penta and the other one and Ford and Phoenix one-on-one, bro, alone would be really special, really special. But I think that's where it heads. I think we get Penta drafted to SmackDown, I think they did the experiment with him and it's worked. Like, they boosted the Latino numbers, Netflix, stuff like that. They know that 100% with both of them, if the other one gets injured, they could always push them as a single star, but they will do their best work as a tag team.
And they need more tag teams, to be honest. So
they need
whichever brand they go to, bro, they need to make sure that they balance out the tag team division. Because I swear down, bro, Raw barely got tag teams.
That's too. So that's where maybe Phoenix goes to Raw. Because,
probably.
Yeah, because it is a struggle at the moment to balance them, and like those luchas are a tag team. Like they're like Hardys in their prime, but better. Like the speed they go at. They just like I would love to see the Profits, the Panthers, and MC. I would love to see MGMC versus Penta and Phoenix, and I would love to see DIY versus Penta and Phoenix. Though they're all SmackDown. So, but I would love to see those matches, please. I would love to see Ciampa and Penta chopping the shit out of each other.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'd love to see Ciampa react to like Penta being like, "No fear." Ciampa hitting him as hard as he can, being like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy?" Like, I'd love to see that interaction.
But Dominic champion, big ups to him.
Big ups.
And all that. And Braun Breaker moving on to
bro. I cooked spaghetti yesterday in my stream, bro. He brought it up and said he didn't rate it, and I cooked him. I called him a mark. I told him how little he knows about wrestling.
Mom spaghetti in the chat,
yeah. I cooked him, bro. I cooked him. He's a mod on my channel, and I just spend most of my time cooking him. But he didn't rate Dom winning, and I told him he was very, very wrong.
No, Mom Spaghetti stinker and hope. But why am I not sure? I'm assuming Mom Spaghetti is probably an Arsenal fan anyway, so because I've seen him around the NoThisIs channel. So,
I truthfully don't actually know what English side he goes for. He talks a lot of shit about a lot of different things, and I can't truthfully say what.
I don't know, but I'm just gonna assume.
I've got a feeling he might be like Man U or something, and that's why he doesn't talk.
If it's Man U, then even better.
I swear, bro, like, because he talks more fucking Spanish football.
Hey, if he's in the chat,
he wouldn't be. He'd be in bed, bro. That can't would be. It would be a quarter to 7.
Mom cooked him some spaghetti.
He's 3 hours behind me, so it's a quarter to 7 a.m.
Say that, guys. Say that.
He's in Singapore.
Oh, is he actually? Oh, big up
he's in Singapore, bro. Yeah, he's in Singapore.
Hey, big up Singapore,
Yeah, we got a few over there. So,
bro, I'm not even gonna lie. Singapore, from what I've heard, is insane.
I've got a good Muslim friend in Singapore, bro. One of my best mates on the game is Muslim boy from Singapore.
I would love to visit Singapore one day. I can't lie to you, bro.
Same. Looks beautiful. Same.
It's insane. You got the money. You could go now, bro.
What did I tell you, Justin? What did I tell you earlier in the stream? Bro, you're an example, bro. We were talking about how we are viewed here in the outside, bro. You are an example, Liam. You fraud. Anyway, let's move on. Randy Orton and his challenger. Now, to be fair, Liam, you did get this correct in terms of who was the opponent.
Used to talk about this. I'm just taking a quick leak.
Yeah. So it was, I believe in Joe Hendry. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was him. Now, I'm not going to sing the rest of the song because I'd probably butcher it. So let's not go there. But Liam, what was your thought process behind thinking Joe Hendry would be the guy?
Because I could just, as soon as KO went out, I was like, well, they could go with Rusev, but bringing Rusev back and having him lose makes no sense whatsoever. And then obviously what we've seen on Raw with Rusev, they made him look like a fucking monster and so on. Aleister Black one I wanted because I'm a massive Aleister Black fan. And when
and he's debuting on SmackDown, by the way.
Again, yeah, that date was set. So then it's like, who the hell can it be? I had my views on maybe it might be Kevin again, just to like throw everybody off. But yeah, when it come down to it, I was like, they're just gonna have to make them pop. And did they pop? Like I knew as soon as it was, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be Joe Hendry, isn't it? Because then you just get the pop and just boom. And the way he lost, like obviously I was I don't know what, like when he lost, I was like, I didn't really understand it. Now thinking about it, the way he turned and everything straight into an RKO out of nowhere, was just perfect as well.
It was comedy, perfect comedy. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Hey, no,
Look
it
at
was
this
mad.
guy, man.
It was
This
mad.
board didn't clap.
It was mad.
I clapped and I thought,
And the comedy, bro. Even Randy, like that cameraman had one job, bro. Like, and he nailed it. But when Randy was like that bit was just, I lost my shit. Like,
bro, that's
and even
that's
did you hear Hunter talking about it afterwards? Like, all right, they lost the match they were meant to have, but they got to turn Randy from the voices in his head kicking people's heads off to Randy having fun. And Randy having fun is a lot of fun. And that alone, that just it's gonna be a meme. Like Randy has created like 3 memes in 2 nights. He's that one, then Joe and the RKO, and then his face behind fucking Cena the next night.
Mm-hmm.
Randy has created 3 meme templates.
And going off of what you just said as well, he went from going to kick his head off to having fun. He's had his fun, and now I think
he's going to kick someone's head off. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
100%.
And hopefully it's Travis Scott.
But it was very funny. Like, and they still had a match, bro. Like, look, if you can have if you have a match with Randy Orton and you hit a power slam on him, you're doing okay. You know, I don't care who you are, but if you hit and granted, you know it's coming back. You know you're going into the rope, down you go. You know, like Randy Orton power slam, classic. But it was fun. It was fun. It was, if we got KO, that would have been your brawl all over the place. We don't have KO, and it's a bigger story. It's a bigger story in itself. 100%, bro. I've been saying if we lose him, like it's not a good look. It's the same thing as Big E. It's the same thing as Daniel Bryan. Same thing as Edge, and we're looking at an 18-month minimum return. And a dude of KO's size and stuff, it'd be hard to be on the shelf for that long. Like, look at Eddie Kingston now. Eddie Kingston's literally like suicidal right now because he broke his leg. He's been out and he was looking at a year plus on the sidelines. And when you can't physically do anything for that long, it's very, very hard to get back into it. But I hope he's okay. I genuinely hope we do. Just the fact that he's going to be out of the game for a year and a half hurts. If he comes back, I hope he's okay. That is the worst thing to come out of all this, is that KO is legitimately hurt. But yeah, Joe Hendry, man, he'll be a star. And I think I want this to happen. I can't see it, but I think the payoff for that is after Backlash. Randy won't win. You know, as soon you said something about it 4 months ago about Backlash. You were like, oh, it's going to be Cena and Orton at Backlash. You already knew it was in St. Louis, and you're like, yeah, Randy's hometown, done.
Yep.
So, but he's not going to win, and he's going into it as a major face. What I would actually love to see happen is, because they kind of teased it, Randy did the title thing. He didn't pick it up, but he looked at it. Like there was
actually he did pick it up. He did this, by the way.
With the TNA title?
Oh no, I about TNA title. I thought you mean with
I know he picked up the WWE title. I'm saying the TNA title. Now, I would love to see happen is Randy go to TNA not for
Raw. That would blow up.
Not for a gig in TNA, but I mean they book a match. Yeah. Like that Joe comes back and says, you beat me. You know, you beat me at WrestleMania. I don't like that. I'm the champion. I need to fight you for the champion. This title, you beat me and I'm the champion. Because then we get their real match. we get 25, 30 minutes. Headlining a TNA pay-per-view,
That'd be
like
sick.
the money that it would do for TNA, the eyes that it would put on the product. It was the same as when they sent Kenny there. You know, AEW, like it was literally the start of TNA kind of being taken seriously again. And now they're in like even in between the AEW and the WWE partnership, TNA have been doing their own thing and they've been killing it for a little while. Like they've got their fan base. And what WWE have done with them already, NXT alone, like this is the second. Think about it, man. When Jordan showed up at the Royal Rumble with the championship is one thing. We had the TNA World Championship
On WrestleMania.
At
at
WrestleMania
WrestleMania.
against Randy
At-
Orton, but
At WrestleMania against Randy Orton. And it wasn't a squash match. It was a quick match, but it wasn't a squash. And Joe Hendry is a very, very young, up and coming kind of meme celebrity at the moment. He's a good wrestler, but his popularity is based around him. You know, he's the meme, the gimmick, the song, all of it. So like the ceiling for that dude's astronomical, depending on where you are. And I mean, he's Scottish and handsome too. So like, you could do anything you want with that guy. I said it at Mania. I was like, in 2 years, that guy's going to be John Cena at WWE. Like he's going to be, when he's at WWE, he's going to be their Cena. He's going to be a Superman that like Tyler Bate pumped up and shit.
Femi.
Yeah, Obafemi would be sick, but I'm just saying.
No. He's saying when he went to TNA, remember? He went to TNA.
Oh, yeah, Oba's, but I'm saying
got a reaction
it could
already
be
from Andrew,
TNA's, it could be TNA's biggest event of all time. It would 100% be their biggest in a decade. The buy rate would be astronomical, and it would be good enough. Like if they book it in a good enough place, like I genuinely think they could have the biggest TNA pay-per-view of all time.
Yeah.
Based around Randy and Joe, and Randy puts Joe over, which Randy would like I mean, they want to shock the world. Randy wins it, and then Joe gets it back. But I don't see like Randy doesn't need it. But still, Randy wins it. That's number 15. Don't care what you say because it's now under the WWE banner. You know, like it's a world title. Like it's a world title. And that's just the way they look at it. If you've fought for a world title under their banner, it's a world championship. He gets that one and then he needs one more to equal. You know, but who knows? But I don't think it's going to happen. But the fact that Joe was at WrestleMania with the belt, the story's there already. Like it's there, there's so much goodwill from the wrestling community at the moment within WWE because of what they're doing for other companies, with other companies, but for other companies. Like in this case, Mania, it was with, their guy went over. Of course he did. But you put the TNA World Champion at WrestleMania. Like it was already a thing when you had the Women's World Champion at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
Which is massive.
It was so big, bro. I popped so hard that she come out with that title. We knew she was there. But did she come out with that title? I was like,
because she could just come out on her own.
Yeah.
And they had the little banner as well.
And they'd said it. TNA.
Yeah, but
TNA
that's the point of like the whole partnership in it, is the fact like they're promoting one another.
That's a true partnership. That's a true partnership. And in order for that to go, like, that's what I'm saying. So, and I don't like WWE don't need to do it, but Randy's basically a part-timer. He wouldn't even need to show up on TNA programming. He could do filmed bits for a month. But the idea of a build, like, sick. All right, Bound to Glory, I think they do that in December or whatever. That's a long way away. I don't know what else they really do in the middle of the year. Do they create one for it? But you could single-handedly create the biggest TNA show of all time. And you could do it. I mean, look, they've got Worlds Collide coming up. Maybe they do it there.
When's Slammiversary?
I thought it was the end of the year. Slammiversary is like a Bound for Glory and Slammiversary are their two biggest ones. I know that. Slammiversary, I think, is a December one. Bound for Glory, I don't know. But Bound for Glory, traditionally, I think that was around in April, March. That was their... Slammiversary has become their big one now.
Yeah. I just googled it. It said it's going to be in July.
Or July, which one? Slammiversary.
Yeah.
All right. So World's End. June, July. Maybe it happens at World's End. It headlines World's End. Worlds Collide. It headlines Worlds Collide. Randy, Joe, TNA title. Randy wins it. And then it headlines Slammiversary again. But I don't think they'd ever put it on Randy. I don't think they would. I don't think they need to. But it adds to his number without him having to go with Cena or, you know. So I think it's brilliant. I think the potential, a lot of people have complained about it and said it was a nothing. That it was so much better. Like what? We'd bring back Miro. Like that's what I said. And he gets beaten. You know, like, and Miro's return the next night was nothing. No one cared. Alistair Blacks would have got more of a reaction, but again, what was the point? Like, the Randy we got was this fun Randy. Joe was great. Joe, I think by the end of this year, he'll be full-time WWE. His contract, I think, is till, like, October, something like that this year. And TNA do always do the kind of verbal extension thing. They had one with Jordan Grace for a long time. And if their relationship with WWE maintains up until that time, then I want to see it. I'm happy for TNA. I was never the biggest TNA fan ever. Like a long time ago when they first started, when they were the only alternative to WWE, I was a fan. When AJ was there and Christopher Daniels and Joe, and that's when I was a fan of TNA. And it was still horrible back then. But it is what it is, you know, like where it's at now is the best it's ever been. And Joe Hendry has the potential to be a big deal in wrestling. And he's already been around for so long. Like he's so young and he's already been on the UK scene for so long, bro. Like Progress, WXW, all of that. Like he's a big deal. He's an internet thing. And because he's an internet thing, he has the, you know, that mixed with becoming an actual star in wrestling, it's going to get himself over, man, in the same way Zack Ryder did. Like, he's already got himself over in the same way Zack Ryder did, and he doesn't even have the WWE banner to do it. So, yeah, guys, I'm for it. Yeah, sorry for the Joe Hendry love.
Yeah, well, speaking of AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
Fucking stinker.
Why did Liam leave?
Good match. Stinker and hooked that AJ Styles has a 2-5 or 2-6 or whatever it is at WrestleMania. And
you know what it is, bro? I think the result is a stinker. I think the match was underwhelming. You know what it is with
very slow.
For their standards, I expect quicker. And I also think the fans, again, it's gonna come down to your point about the fan, bro. Do the fans know what they want to see these days? Like, I mean, why was the crowd so dead as well? Like, the crowd didn't help. At least give it some sort of energy so they can have energy. Like,
because of who it is, bro.
I think because of the Logan factor. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but I've seen Logan v Seth that looked pretty good.
But they just don't want to care now. Like they've turned on him in a way that this isn't heat. This isn't heat anymore, bro. Like at the start, it was heat.
You mean so you're saying
it's go away heat? They hated him at the start. It's go away heat. Like he's and they're going with it now. And the fact that they put him over says they're further going with it. Like
they are. Like even Cena touched up on as well.
It's like we're getting worked by it too. You know, everything he's saying outside the ring. All the Twitter shit, everything. We're getting worked by it. They're working us up with him. It's working. But they've got, I mean, and then the next night they've got John Cena putting him over, Pat McAfee. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. He's got the talent, but I can't fucking stand him. Like, it's working. He's got under my skin. And me as a wrestling fan, I don't even want to see what he can do anymore because I've seen it. He can do it. He has to be carried, but I don't know and what you've heard my thoughts on the main event thing too with Travis Scott. The over reliance on pop culture and meme culture and fucking internet trends and shit like that. I think it's only going to get worse with the Netflix era. I've been pretty vocal about that. I was very disappointed in it. They had a fine match. The moment it was the punch, and then because his move's a sick move. I got a feeling too that pulverizer, they're going to look after it. They're going to protect it like a fucking, like a dead shot or a one-winged angel or something like that, or
Baron
deep six. Yeah, Baron Corbin. I think it's going to be a protected finisher because you could just tell with AJ the moment he was in it and it went up, there was never going to be a kick out. And it's just that type of move. But even the situation that led to him being into the finisher, I was just like, yeah. Poor Allen, mate. And what the fuck was Karrion Kross's involvement?
I'm not gonna lie, that's one thing I liked about the whole thing was his involvement.
It was good, but it's like they're not going to do anything with it because the next night Karrion Kross is fucking burning the whole place down on he's cutting a promo, burning down the whole.
Oh no! But by the way, but that's a good thing too because I'll tell you what.
That's him trying to generate his own fucking storyline.
No, but guess what? This is going to force the company to actually start pushing him.
Well, they've either push him or fire him.
No, I don't think they're going to fire him.
Yeah,
or it could be one of them the
version we have of him right now is the best version we've ever had of him on the main roster.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Justin. Right? I feel like with this whole Karrion Kross thing, by the way, this whole thing, that pipe bomb thing that you were talking about now, this whole thing could have been what did they call it? I don't even want to say a shoot. It could be all.
It should have been on TV for starters.
Yeah. I actually think this is all worked up.
It's a work. It's a work.
I do think it's worked up. So there's no reason for them to fire.
But the way he delivered it, it was very pipe bomby. Very pipe.
Yeah, it's pipe bomby. But guess
layers
what?
of truth.
That's why. But that's a good thing, though, Justin. Yeah. That's the good thing.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm on for it. I'm for it. Even my missus, and she's never we loved him NXT. We loved her too. The presentation of him NXT.
1,000%. Yeah.
But since he's come to the main roster, he's been horrible. And even the missus though, she brought it up and was like, do you think it's actually? And I was like, look, I think it's his character. I was like, I think it's his character, but it clearly means if they go with it, because even the stuff, he has been a bit character. He's been not a Seth, but he's been there the whole time. The stuff that he has done and the storylines he's been involved with over the course of the last year have had heavy implications on further storylines that he has just been it's weird. He's been the Aleister Black, the guy that corrupts him. Yeah. And he hasn't had any of his credit for it. And he hasn't, even when he's corrupted him, it's not like any of them have come around to him and been like, hey, thanks for making me see the light. But yeah, it's something out of nothing. Howard comes into the AJ and Logan program, or if it was just that bit and then it furthers into an AJ and
I think he's going to attack.
I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be AJ and Karrion.
Karrion Kross on Raw. He was not happy that AJ Styles didn't pull the trigger, and AJ Styles saying he doesn't like that guy. He let that guy go.
Yeah, because he wanted him to do it for them, for wrestling, that's what he was saying. Do it for everybody, not for me, not for you. Do it for them, almost for the fans. Was almost like what he was saying.
Yeah, just transition to a cross.
As if Logan is like this cancer that he had to take out.
Yeah. But I think where this goes is I think Kross faces AJ and beats AJ. I think it's going to be one of them.
AJ's on his way out?
Yeah.
You think he's going to AEW?
Maybe. How long does he have left in his deal?
Do you think he's retiring?
One way or another. Depends. But if he wants to rest...
His booking very much seems like he's on his way out.
Yeah. I feel like right now he's just helping others
He's putting over other people. Yes.
You can
have
just
one
tell.
of the worst WrestleMania records of all
He said he
time.
wants to retire before he's
42. He's
He's
42,
old,
I think.
man. He's old, bro.
42, 43. I think he said he wanted to go to 45.
47, he says on Wikipedia.
So, fuck, there you go. He's old.
Yeah.
He's getting old, bro.
Yeah, because he's been to every company, if I'm right by saying, other than AEW.
Yeah, and New Japan, TNA.
Yep, WCW.
Was he in Ring of Honor or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
World champion.
Yeah, so everyone.
That guy was everywhere, man. Other than AEW, because by then he was already in WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But yeah, listen,
Yeah.
Logan Paul, I don't know where this takes him, to be honest, but AJ
Hopefully
Styles
out
yeah,
of
probably.
WWE, mate, because I can't stand the cunt. Like the guy. Put it this way, yeah. I hate Logan Paul, yeah, but I force myself to watch his podcast because this prick gets WWE talent that I don't see do podcasts.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
he gets good interviews too.
yeah. So, yeah, they're always going to put him over. But yeah, hopefully, like when they put a world title on him, that's me done. I think because I can't. Even
Well,
if it's
I'm gonna
Jay,
let you guys know. Prepare for it.
I'll be done. I won't be watching. Could that up right now. So I can't stand him. Even when he had the US title, bro. Like all of the legends that have had that title, give it to some prick.
But what he did with that title in the back.
Bro, the same thing goes with
and Fatu licked it, bro. And Fatu licked it. Fatu has licked a title that has been against Jake and Logan Paul's naked doodle, and Fatu licked it.
But that's the thing though. Like,
to be fair, maybe Logan Paul cleaned it with a bit of like.
I don't care, bro. You couldn't clean it enough, mate.
In general though, when I was younger, I got loads of VS tapes? I can't figure what they're called. VHS tapes, and I watched all of the old stuff because that's what my uncle got me into wrestling. So I watched nearly every show back in the 90s and so on and so forth.
The US title.
Yeah. That US title, even
Ricky
the hardcore
Steamboat.
title that Travis Scott has got.
Yeah, I know.
I
was going to say that, but I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't want to bring up the same point and say, Travis Scott's already got the hardcore title. Like,
and that prick's got it, and he's just looking at it. Bro, you wouldn't fight for that. There's not enough money in the
even
world.
Crash Holly and all them.
Yeah, exactly.
Crash Holly, like fucking the 24/7 title type.
Terry Funk.
Yeah. But the US title, for me, the US title goes back to WCW. So yes, that heritage of Booker T, Benoit, Sting, Luger, DDP, Goldberg, Bret Hart. You know, before it got to WWE, it was on some names: Ric Flair, Ricky Rude.
And now it's on, and then they put it on Logan. Like,
I know. And like now, and like it's
first began then.
After Japan, well, there you go, Catalan. And that's we brought that up not long ago. We said the fact that this bloke's hit his peak of popularity many years after that, and then even today with where we're at with cancel culture. How come it doesn't keep coming up and we don't get him cancelled? Like, how come? Like, if anybody that's, you know, if I Show Speed goes and does that today, cancelled. Logan did it back then. Logan did it back then, and they cancelled him. And we let him back in. The kids let him back in. The internet let him back in. Like, I never knew who he was until I seen him on the news with that stupid fucking green hat on his head and the blurred out footage from the forest in Japan. I knew full well what that forest in Japan was before I knew who fucking Logan Paul was. That everybody knows about that forest. Like, it's a thing. There's been documentaries about it. It's a thing. He's a fuckwit. He went in there for clout, and that was 10 plus years ago. And he was a child, but he's still a child now in a way. And the people who've put him on the pedestals are children or money chasing Americans, like that, where they're like the social media fling. the
So
influencers,
the
like
influencers, you would say, basically.
100%. So it's kids and influencers. Like the only people that aren't kids that like him are influencers. They're like ones that respect the hustle or the grind or the. He's an entrepreneur now. Like it's a joke where he's got to. The internet put him in that position. You know what I mean? Like the kids, and now he's getting forced down our throats. Like the middle, the ones who, like even you look at us as the panel. Like we're all different ages. Me being the oldest, I still went through an internet generation. But by the time the internet generation of today has become a thing, well, I'm full blown adult going into old man, right? Like so, I've seen the trends and been through all that. Especially with where we're at now, like he's gonna fuck up. I think he'll fuck up, like because he says too many dumb shit, and like the way he uses his Twitter and that, the way he is with his brother, I think eventually he's probably gonna overstep the line again, and WWE are gonna have to clip his wings.
The coin scam, yeah.
Yeah, Bitcoin scam or some shit. Correct me if I'm wrong.
And look what I did with the Hawk Tour girl. They wiped her off the face of the earth with it.
Yep.
So I don't know. I just feel like he's genuinely untouchable at this point. Like, and now his brother is arguably becoming a bigger star.
Well, his brother is also a scum, though.
His brother is worse than him, and anybody who supports his brother as what his brother's doing is the problem with
Jake
boxing
is a
and everything
Jake
like
is
that.
a
So yeah,
pure,
that's a whole nother
Oh, and he is a scum even in the boxing scene, bro.
But yeah, I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it. If this is AJ on his way out, I know wrestling's fake and a record doesn't mean anything. And especially to a guy like AJ, it doesn't mean anything. But to fans, it still means something. And with what AJ's done since 2016 at WWE, what he has done there has been, to excuse the pun, phenomenal. And to come out of like his 2 wins at WrestleMania, his 3 wins, Shane McMahon, Chris Jericho, Shinsuke Nakamura.
No, he didn't even beat Chris Jericho. Beat him.
Oh, did he lose the first one?
Bro, he beat
against Jericho.
Yeah. So he lost to Jericho.
So it's just Shane McMahon and Shinsuke Nakamura.
He beat Shinsuke Nakamura and Randy Orton 3 in a row.
Oh, Orton.
Yeah, and then lost to Taker, then won with Almost against New Day.
Yeah, that does.
Then he lost to Edge. Mania 20. I don't think he had a match at Mania 39.
Yeah,
40. He lost to LA Knight
because he's been there 9 years now, and he's only got like a seven match record or something like that. But yeah, move on. Main event. Let's go.
Wait. So we're not talking about Liv Morgan and Raquel.
No, we won't. We won't.
Although to be fair though, one thing
Liv Morgan was wearing a slutty Halloween devil costume. Like those from Wish.com slutty Halloween girl devil costumes. Liv was 100, and I'm for it. I mean, she's gorgeous. She's got a great ass, but like she was just straight up. That was a throwback to.
That's just Las Vegas themed.
That was I don't even care though. But it was a throwback to like the Divas, bro. Like Liv's actually undoing work that the women's division is doing now. Like, and she's doing it on purpose. She's throwing her character into a slutty territory that she doesn't need to go. She's always been trashy and all that, but I don't think her attire needs to match.
Before we move on,
we gave our thoughts on Karrion Kross, bro. We had a mad talk about him just before.
Yeah, we just chatted about him actually. We think
we're all for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't care about it. And what a waste of a return. What a waste.
I think that happened as well.
Like, and half the people said it. Oh, next night. What, like, the only thing that I'll even care about is if Becky ends up in the Dangerous Alliance thing. And if they only, like, seriously, if they dropped, like, unless we get Bayley heel, Becky in the Alliance, and Bayley heel just off the plot, I don't know. But fucking respect to Bayley outright. We should have had a one-on-one match with Bayley and Lyra outright, not this fucking tag team bullshit. Liv
think it
and
should be
Raquel
tag team, to
are
be
one of the
honest.
only legitimate female tag teams. All they're doing is pumping up their numbers. I couldn't give a shit about the women's tag team titles. Retire them already.
Yeah, I was gonna say burn them.
Yeah, retire them already. Becky Lynch, she's already been back for 2 days, and I could not give a fuck.
Well, just put on a cooking pan or some shit. I couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, same.
Put the title on a
bro.
Next.
Bro, them tag titles, you know what it is? Them,
First.
bro, no. Them women fucking tag titles are the reason to why women's mid-card titles getting fucking
so
nowhere.
bad. Yeah, I know. That's what I said too. We're focusing more
What
on
the
that
fuck
than
are we
individual.
doing?
Like even when it comes to the men's, since when did the US? Since when does the tag titles rate higher than a US? Since when do the tag titles rate higher than any individual title? Maybe a US, but a tag title's not getting rated over an IC title match. Tag title's not getting rated over a world championship or a WWE title match. Like, you know what I mean? And the women's, that's what I mean. We just had Mania and we didn't have one women's single, title match. Like that alone, the match should have never happened. And the fact that it was happening, it should have been Bayley, because at least they could have finished a story with Bayley and Lyra because of the Grand Slam. It needs to be done, and it needs to be Bayley. Like, I don't give a fuck about any of the other women. It needs to be Bayley. Like, not Becky, not Charlotte. Who's the workhorse? Who's the one who's done everything? Bayley. Who's been tween, who's been face, who's been heel, who's been fed shit? Bayley. Bayley needs to be the first women's Grand Slam champion. And they wasted that opportunity.
Yeah, because I think Becky's going to take that title.
You think it's going to be? See, even that now, and then that means Becky is the first straight away.
Yeah.
And they've been doing it for 6 months with Bayley, building towards it, back and forth.
Because I don't see what it does to Valkyria if she beats Bayley. I'm not Bayley, Becky. I don't see what that does. I don't think that makes her rise. Because
the only thing I thought, I didn't even click too, they're Irish. They're both Irish. They can't help themselves, man. WWE can't help themselves. Like, we're going to team you up because you're the same thing. Oh, now we're going to split you up because you're the same thing. Like, imagine they fight. Oh, God, I hope we get promos, though. You fucking bitch! Taters! You fucking stole my taters, you fucking scrag!
Yeah, don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's one of them ones.
That's better, Zia. That's better.
By the way, I realized the setting wasn't even on my StreamYard, so all this mic thing was for fucking nothing. Fuck.
I knew, bro, I could hear an echo every time you spoke, and I was like, I swear his microphone's not on.
Bro, and nobody told me shit, so I went all this for nothing. Come on. Bro, then why the fuck is this thing popping off, man? Bro, I don't know what's a bigger stinkering hook. This fucking mic or fucking the final boss. Even though it shouldn't be called the final boss after what he fucking did and what he said. This fucking waste, man. Anyway, you know what? That's a good transition to the main event, guys. You know what I mean?
I want to let you two speak because I've got a totally different opinion on it.
Oh, yeah, I know your opinion. You told me about it.
Yeah.
Bro?
I'm not going to go too much because you're saying I joined you.
Bro, let me tell you something, yeah? I expected way better than this. I don't care if Cena can't fucking wrestle. Well, actually, to be fair, he could, but he can't anymore.
But he didn't.
Listen,
he said he was. He said he was going to destroy professional wrestling.
Yeah.
But yes,
well, guess what?
It was a horrible match. It was a horrible match. Cody looked strong. I think
Cena held his own a little bit. But for his level nowadays.
Yeah, it's very different to what we're used to from a Cena match. Usually he'd be the one rolling around on the ground selling as, someone manipulates and twists. But the biggest thing I took from it, the biggest thing I took from it was
the ending, isn't it?
No, like the Cody looked strong. The Cody looked hella strong.
Yeah, well, he looked like an idiot as well, though.
100% he did. But also in saying that, how many times has John Cena been that exact idiot? Like Cody, literally, that's what made it even worse. Like when Cena's been Super Cena and been the face and been getting screwed over all these years, it's been that to him. So for Cody to fall for even, bro, even the Cody in general, his booking of his character is very gullible. Very, very gullible. But I mean, in terms of the match, he looked like Roman Reigns strong. Like he kicked out of everything. Everything. Title shots, super AAs, even the STF, bro. There was never even a point when he was in the STF the 2-3 times where it like looked like he was going to tap or any of it. He would just constantly, the moment he was in it, crawl to the fucking ropes, like fight and tooth nail crawl to the ropes, and he dragged him back. But not once did he bring his hand up. Not once did he look like he was going to pass out. Like, and then even down to the end, you know, like 4th, 5th AA kick out. You know, like he looked strong, the strongest he has ever looked. But one moment of stupidity, story-wise, like, yeah, how you've literally already been hit with the title. The guy's already come out and distracted. You've already been hit with the title, and he's going to try to do it again. And you've stopped him, and then you hesitate. I don't know. Yeah, it's like booking-wise, Cody, you stupid fuck. Like, but that's face. That's face wrestling. Like, I hate it in wrestling, full stop. That's a face. A face is never intelligent. You know what I mean? They never, like, fuck, in that moment, he could have.
They're more emotional than they are intelligent.
But it was dumb. It was dumb. But it was like, you know, he still didn't want to do it. But for everything you've been through in the match, it's like you've literally kicked out of everything. You've been hit with the title. You've been kicked in the balls. And you're going to put your guard down now. Yeah, it was dumb. But yeah, I don't know. The more I think about it afterwards and the more I've seen of Cena's promos and shit like that, like they said he was going to ruin wrestling. So I think we got exactly what they said was going to happen. We got baited. The match was always going to be methodical, no matter what way it went. Cena was like, there was no way Cody was going to, like, you know, dominate and go at a pace for 15, 20 minutes. It was never going to happen.
Yeah.
You knew he'd come out hot. Cena get frustrated. Like every bit of that match and the way it played out was booking. Like everything about it was booking. Cena didn't look great at all, to be honest. Out of shape, blown up. I noticed that. You could tell he was so happy when they got to his time and they slowed it down because he was already gassed. You could see it in his fucking abdomen expansion. Like, they'd barely done a thing and he was already gassed. So, yeah, I don't know. But, like, even his promo afterwards, like, and look, The Rock, the more, like, so I've watched all the shit afterwards. Raw, Pat McAfee show, the fucking post press conference thing, which was hilarious. We were both laughing at that. Fucking clickbait questions. That was great. But Cena on the Pat McAfee show, and then more importantly, The Rock on the Pat McAfee show. The Rock on the Pat McAfee show essentially exposed himself for everything that I was saying that he was doing and that was happening. All the booking that we got for last WrestleMania was a detour because he wanted to insert himself and it nearly fucked up the whole thing. The booking we had for this WrestleMania was a detour because they inserted him. They literally, The Rock was never going to be there. He was never going to be there. Never involved. the whole soul, all of it was ticket sales. Like he admitted it. He said it on Pat McAfee show that Ari Emanuel called him, and whether he's talking shit, if he's not talking shit, he's exposed himself as a fraud. If he is talking shit, he's a fraud. He's talking shit and making himself out to be this hero, right? We've already seen how he has. He's 100%. He's a fraud because what we had been told previously was that he was the one that made the call on Cena. He wasn't the one who made the call on Cena. We found out the other night it was Triple H made the call on Cena, right? For the heel turn. The Elimination Chamber thing was them going to The Rock and saying, we need you to come onto TV so we can boost sales for Elimination Chamber. They never had any intention of him being involved at Chamber or WrestleMania. The whole sell your soul, all of it. And they had other plans for that too. It was Hunter who said, we need to make this Cena. We need to do the thing. And Rock said that as much on the Pat McAfee show the other day. So he's like, everybody's getting played, bro. Everybody was upset, mostly upset at that main event because he didn't show up, right? Like, because Cena didn't get, like, you know what I mean? Cody didn't get beaten, bloodied, and fucking, even the end. Cody was already fucking standing. 30 seconds later, man, outside the ring, on one knee, looking at him, you know, as him and Scott were in the ring, like already standing, like acknowledged in camera shot, standing. You know, you just beat him and you just got by at that. And all the people wanted was this absolute decimation of Cody Rhodes. Like, they wanted John Cena to violently hurt and destroy and bloody Cody Rhodes. And they didn't get that. We got bad booking, bad personality, like in terms of Cody just being dumb. And we got exactly what John Cena said it was going to be. And then the whole time they had The Rock playing, like, and then Travis Scott and all this Twitter shit. And not once did they ever actually, bro, even him being on the Pat McAfee show, that cunt was probably in some fucking kitchen in Hawaii somewhere. Like, he's blowing so much fucking smoke when it comes to his involvement. And, like, they use him as a propaganda tool now. They wheel him out. Like, and even the popularity right now, even the Netflix thing, even him on the TKO board, it all happened because they built their own fucking success back. Because, like, Triple H, Vince out, Triple H take over. It got cool again. Then The Rock comes in, Netflix, Ari Emanuel, Nick Khan, whole new business model, TKO and all that. And essentially The Rock's just like, great job, everyone. Yeah, good job. Great show. Great show. That's all he's doing, bro. Like, that's all. Bro, I'm fucking so sick of his goosebumps, mate. I could not give a fuck about him and his goosebumps. He's so full of shit. And all I did, like, I thought it after, I was so disappointed myself at the end of that main event. I didn't care of his involvement, but I kind of, if Cody was going to lose, I wanted it to be a brutalization too. The more that match went on, the more I realized I'm a Cody mark now. Like, Cody's been Cena for us for years now, but we chose him. Cena, we didn't. Reigns, we didn't. We chose Cody. The more those fans turned on him to be marks, to get their NWO Cena, like, the more I was like, this is bizarro world. It doesn't feel right. Like, and then the booking, everything about it. Like, it just, even the people that, like, wanted The Rock there, it's like people that actually aren't into it, bro. They're not going to be there week to week like you and I are. They're only there, and then they're disappointed or calling it the shit. Bro, I had people in my feed, some of our mutual football people, saying it was in the 5 worst WrestleManias of all time.
Mad.
That's insane, isn't it? Are you fucking stupid? Did you not like it? No. But that's because they expected something that they were sold or alluded to
Bro,
And
even
it
the
didn't
build
happen.
was a bit off. Let's be honest. The build
The
was
build
off
was
as well.
way off. Way off. Last year's build was way off. And last year's was one of the best they've ever done. They made it work because they pivoted. But The Rock was actually involved then. He's not
I
now.
actually think last year's Mania build was kind of better though, because at least Mania
It
build
was
was
way
best.
better. But it was still a
And they had to
clusterfuck.
and they had to pivot a lot
I
as
had
well.
no idea what they were doing until about 3 weeks out. Whereas this one, they played everyone, bro. The Rock played everybody.
I think The Rock ruined the entire Mania 41.
He did, but it wasn't him. We felt like we were blaming him. We were saying he's getting his. They came to him. Hey, we need you to make an appearance at Elimination Chamber, and we need a story-wise reason behind it. He came up with Sell Your Soul. Went back to them for like legitimate Cody Rhodes leading into Mania, Sell Your Soul, Vince McMahon style. Triple H vetoed and came back and said, yeah, we go with that story, but Cena sells his soul to you instead. And Rock told all of that on the Pat McAfee show the other day.
So you're blaming Triple H then?
I'm blaming WWE, TKO, Ari Emanuel for getting The Rock involved in the first place because of poor sales for Elimination Chamber. Bro, Elimination Chamber's had poor sales for years. No one gives a fuck about Elimination Chamber anymore. The match has lost its fucking stigma because they don't even make the champion defend anymore. It's a qualifying match. Like it's lost its stigma. It's a match full of 6 people where like only 2 of them are real contenders. And the rest of them, whereas it used to be a 6-way match where anybody could walk out with the fucking championship. So it's lost that when they changed it, when they did. Like this was like 5-6 years ago that they permanently changed it. It essentially became the secondary qualification for WrestleMania. It never used to be that. It was the last hurdle for the champion going into WrestleMania. And it was very rare that champions walked out of the chamber with their fucking championship.
Yeah,
Triple H is one of the only dudes that did it regularly. Edge did it. Cena lost his. But that's where the chamber died, bro. That's where the chamber. Yeah, he's been in heaps of them. But that's where the chamber died. That's where the chamber died. Like when they started making it a qualification match that was for a main event. And even now, bro, it don't matter what match you tell me is for the main event at WrestleMania. I refuse to believe it's the main event at WrestleMania until it happens.
Unless it's the WWE Championship itself.
Yep. Night 2. Yep. That's it.
That's
all it'll ever be. That's all it'll ever be. They can say what they want about night 1, night 2. And even after watching the footage, I was very, very happy. CM Punk afterwards, I fucking did it. He didn't need to win the match. We spoke about this so much that Punk's involvement in it is a purely selfish thing. But at the same time, all the work he's done, everything, he has earned that spot in his whole career, let alone in the last year. But in terms of where the match at least was going to go with a result, Roman and Seth was the best possible furthering of this storyline. When I seen the footage of Punk after the show was finished in the ring, getting the standing ovation, seeing him genuinely emotional. We're not seeing this on TV. Only the people in the arena are. And he kind of looked down and he said, I fucking did it. And I, as someone who was such a CM Punk fan back in the day, he did it. This is where a main event doesn't mean you have to win. A main event doesn't mean you has to be for the world title. A main event is the build. And this is why I was screaming at you saying, no, Seth Rollins did not have a fucking WrestleMania main event. Last year didn't count as much as it did. And the fucking heist did not count because he was never on the build. He was never on the build. Right? He was on this build and he walked out. Punk was on the build and he lost. You know what I mean? And it was a legitimate, as much as night 1, night 2 was a legitimate main event. Fuck, it was the main event of the pay-per-view. The whole pay-per-view. It was the most important match of the pay-per-view. And instantly on Raw, immediately after, the ramifications of that match are going to go much further than John Cena will. Like, it was the real deal. No title on it was the biggest match with no title on the line in forever, a very, very long time. Like,
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But Liam, do you have a say on it? Yeah, because I want to end it.
yeah,
but-
you were gonna cook. You were gonna cook. So
Yeah,
and look, I didn't even go on about Travis Scott this time because that's all I went on about last
By the way,
time.
can I just say no? But by the way, only Travis Scott's not enough for me. But yeah, Liam, go on.
No, like I agree with most of the things Jess has said. I really do. Just for me personally, as someone who grew up with Cena, and I'm not trying to shit on anyone here, but in general, growing up with him, when he said he's gonna ruin wrestling, I had a feeling that this is how it was gonna go. Now, don't get it twisted. I did think we'd see the bold steroid using freak, but yeah, he didn't come out, and Ahmad can be the guy here, because obviously we haven't known you too long, Jester. But I've been saying for how long I can't stand The Rock. I hate him. Absolutely hate him. One of my favorite ever movie series is Fast and the Furious. That guy come in and ruined
And he
it.
ruined it.
Yeah, I can't stand him. I can't stand him. And my daughter loves him because obviously he's Maui. And I'm just there. She's just there like, he's amazing. I'm like, I hate him. But yeah. Travis Scott, I feel like Cody should have punched him. I don't think he should have hit him with a
Didn't even
crossroad.
get a receipt, bro.
Yeah, like it was just a. And then they had that
crossroads.
awkward thing with because his
Crossroads
glasses
to
were
look like
halfway
shit.
on the
Yeah, I
face.
know. That's that. I know. He broke his glasses. That was the receipt.
Yeah, like he should have straight up just cracked him in the face. That's what I would like to see. But he's a celebrity, so they're not going to do that, of course. But yeah, the match itself, I love the way that Cena was just doing everything that people have done against him before. Ripping the pad off, hitting him there, pushing him against the ropes when he's on the top rope, so he goes in between the legs and so on.
Yeah, it was a very veteran.
Yeah. So I was happy with the match and the finish, in my personal opinion, because I wanted to see Cena win the 17th time. And I feel like I do like Cody a lot more than I did with Roman when they were shoving him down our throats. But for me personally, I'm not a Cody fan. Maybe that's because I am 27 now and I'm not a child anymore, in my opinion. But yeah, for me personally, I really enjoyed the match. There should have been a receipt 1000%, but unfortunately in this day and era, like even with Netflix itself, I thought it was going to be amazing. And don't get it twisted, I get to watch NXT, I get to watch SmackDown, Raw, the main event, the pay-per-views and so on NXT. So I got NXT on Netflix, which is amazing for me in the UK and probably for everybody else in the world, other than America. But me being a UFC fan as well, for probably the last 3 or 4 years, UFC has been dead. Absolutely dead. There's no stars in it. They tried to build Sugar Sean and he got destroyed. They're trying to build everyone and they're just getting destroyed left, right, and center. And I can't stand TKO. Since they come in for the UFC, they've ruined that. And now they're going into, what I love even more than the UFC, which is WWE, which I've been, watching all my life. And they've ruined that now as well. Like, I'm sorry, nearly every show we get something bleeped that should not be bleeped. I watch a Viking show on Netflix, yeah? They chop people's heads off.
Bro,
But I can't hear a double birdie
Daredevil, Punisher.
Yeah, like what? It makes no sense.
Netflix, 100%. Daredevil, Punisher.
I think that's more. But to be honest, I think that's more of the TV rights issue than
But nah, look. All right, so weekly, but WrestleMania. Go fuck yourself. Blacked out. Like, but yet 30 minutes earlier. And that's the bottom line. And that was okay. That was fine. And they've told him, stop doing it. And he's like, no, hell no, son. I'm gonna keep doing this till my dying day. They've told him, stop doing it. He won't. They've blurred him out before. He was doing it. Hall of Fame, which is YouTube, and Netflix for the main show. At night 2, they wheeled out the guys right before the main event, and Seth got a fucking censor.
Oh yeah, by the way, that guy crashing into a fan is crazy.
Bro, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. That person's a piece of shit too for suing him because they're going to go after money.
Well,
because
the
they know
person
they can
actually
get
sued
it.
him?
They're going to 100%. They're worried about it big time. They're worried about it. It's what, bro. Nick Khan was standing there talking to him.
Yeah,
Nick
yeah.
Khan. They're worried about it, apparently, already. They're very worried about it. Bro, he was drunk. Did you see the other footage going up the ramp? He was drunk, bro.
He
crashed into the side of the fucking ramp, bro.
Barricade over ramp.
And come like barreling around the corner. And then he's like, whoa, hits
The thing is,
brakes.
I've watched it on slow mo, and from what you can see, obviously there's no pedals on a quad, so it's obviously the thing. When he turns that corner, he revs. That's why he just
yeah, and it actually like it gets up on an extra wheel, bro.
Yeah, it's fucking.
And also like even if he tried to brake, there's no grip. That thing would just skid if he tried to brake, but he was going way too fast. Way too, like he was going around it so far. His face, bro. His face was like the funniest shit, man. Like the funniest shit. Almost
It's funny,
the
but
highlight
so
of the night.
stupid, bro. Like,
But I'm just saying though, if you're enough of a wrestling fan that you can afford front row seats to WrestleMania, you're at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And you nearly got ran over by Stone Cold on an ATV, nearly. And you sue, you're a fucking piece of shit. I know there's money, easy money to be had, but you're at something that you love. You know, watching one of the greatest of all time have the time of his life. You're okay, but you could get money out of it. You're taking bread off of their plate. Like, I know it would be easy money. But honestly,
all right, but can I ask you a question? If
you
they
can
actually
afford to
did get
buy,
hurt, they have the right to sue then.
if she got hurt 100%,
hurt,
she's got the right to sue.
yeah.
But she didn't get hurt, bro. She was still in the crowd. She didn't
See
get
the way
hurt.
she jumped back as well.
That's what I mean. And she was in the crowd watching the main event.
Yeah. Didn't get
like,
wheeled up
she
in an
didn't get
ambulance.
hurt, bro.
Yeah.
He was fine. Like, she was sitting there. Her husband was the guy in the big orange shirt. Did you see his face? He was like,
He's like, yeah, hit that bitch.
Filming it, bro. So, no. All right. If she sues, she's a Karen. If she sues, she's a Karen. If she generally loves wrestling,
this is the life.
they won't
This is,
sue. But there is money to be made. Even an out-of-court settlement, $1 million, easy. There is money to be made. But if she does it, she's a piece of shit. They don't need it. You can afford front row tickets to Mania. You don't need to sue
Ain't they like
WWE.
50K?
That's what I mean. Like, you don't need to.
Give me a hell yeah!
It was funny. It was great.
I am sorry. I had to, bro.
The drop hitting you in the You're a piece of shit. I was just out there drinking. I was delivering gunners left and right. I ran a bitch over. I'm really sorry.
And then after he won the,
have you seen him with his cat on the farm?
Did you
see
his
Instagram videos with his cat?
Fucking beer.
Shit.
They give him a beer.
Yeah, he got bare beers, bro. That guy, no, this guy's not real. He's not real, man. He's
but yes, he was definitely drunk. I think him and Brett, the moment they got wheeled out for the Hall of Fame thing, they were like, all right, we're fucking straight onto the beers. We're done. And then they were like, Austin, you got to get on the bike. And, what? Fuck.
Hey, listen,
the footage of him trying to get up the ramp is better than him hitting the wall. He comes barreling around the corner, bro. And he's like 10 meters from the ramp before he realizes, like, there's a ramp going up that way. He's heading straight to a wall, and he, like, hits the brakes. He's scared. All the dudes are, like, pushing him back like an F1 car, bro. Like, trying to... Disastrous, man. Like, how they still went, okay, yeah, we're going to send him out there when he nearly crashed into the fucking stage before even getting up it.
Yeah,
that's a 60-something-year-old drunk Stone Cold riding his ATV around. Like, I'm there for that. Can we just have that on a weekly? Can we just have Austin have the music once a week and he comes out, does Doughy, does
something in the crowd.
Guys, but guys, I do have to go. I'm sorry to get tired and everything. So
yeah, all good, bro. All good.
I
think, look, overall, we're happy with it. Yeah, I think for any of us to say that it was a horrible Mania, we'd be butthurt or lying. I think there was more than enough to take from it from both nights. And we were given two of the greatest triple threat matches of all time. And the girls really, I mean, like coming off the boys' night one, the girls' night two to open, like, and they went at it.
Yeah, it's like
They went
back to
at
back
it.
Mania triple.
That's what I
threats,
mean.
yeah.
Like, that's what I mean. Like they like Jay and Gunther were in this position. That was what they were in. But those girls would like the last thing the fans remembered was that triple threat the night before. And then those girls with a nothing match of like, you know, what's going on here, went out and like showed, like especially Io went out and showed why she ain't an afterthought, why they fucking put the title on her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, watch the last 5 minutes of that match and understand that they're women and that's wrestling and just not get caught up in it. It was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
But
Just
yeah,
to quickly,
loved
are
it.
you streaming next, like right now?
Yeah, I won't be immediately. You don't how many you got? Don't even stress about the redirect, bro, because I've still got to go to the toilet and probably run down the shops.
Okay. Wait,
I'm already delayed. I'm already delayed. Like I think I'm set up for 10:30, but I'll probably delay another half hour, bro.
Wait, why can't I find the redirect? What the hell?
Oh wait, you got a mad rate. All right, yeah, you do. Damn.
I do, and I can't read it.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm scheduled. Oh wait, no, because I accidentally went live with it earlier. I think I fucked it. I've probably gotten rid of it. No, it's scheduled. It's scheduled.
No. I'm saying to the like I can't redirect.
Oh, in general, you can't redirect. Hang on,
No. Yeah,
hang on, I'll give you. You know how usually the other way you can do it, where you just copy and paste the link, and it'll bring it up automatically.
Wait, so usually all I do is I go to customization, and I'm able to redirect there. But now I
reset it.
You think I reset it, Liam?
Yeah.
Let me reset it. But like, odd because I have bare people, bro. There's no way. What the? Yeah, wait. Let me see if I click edit. Wait, and I go customization. Yeah, there's no redirect. Why? Anyone subscribe who can participate?
Could be a YouTube problem, bro. Can't say I've ever seen it. Hang on,
odd.
give me a sec. I'll have a look.
Is this something I have to go check on my YouTube studio?
Yeah, well, no, that's all. I'm just gonna go bring up mine quickly and at least see if I can, if it's available on mine, to let you know whether it's like you or.
But Liam, how do you check this information? Like, because I went on a different tab.
It's allowing me to redirect. I'll just check
how?
Name. As soon as I go customization, redirect trailers.
Yeah. Usually I can redirect.
Yeah. On my redirects are there, bro.
What the fuck? Makes no sense.
Don't stress me. If you can't do it, you can't do it.
Yeah,
it's time to waste anybody, but yeah.
But wait. If I was to go to settings, is it there?
No, it's customization, bro. It's only ever in the customization. If it's not there for some reason, I don't know. Something's up. But it shouldn't be. Like, I mean, all three of us have it available. We're all
live redirect. All channels I subscribe to can redirect to my. Wait,
what is it turned off?
I have it ticked. Wait, specific channels who can redirect to my content. Why can't I see the ones that this option
actually
is
wait?
Channel subscriptions are private.
No, because you have rated me before, haven't you?
Yes, that's why I'm so confused.
Wait, so how do you rate if you don't have 1,000 subs?
There was a way you can do it, to be fair. At the time, I remember Lee Gunner told me I can redirect, so I did it, and it worked somehow. Now I'm surprised
because I didn't get the ability to do it until I had the 1,000 subs.
But I monetized my thing early, by the way. Maybe that's why. I have no idea.
No, you've got a different monetization options than we do. 500,000. Saudi money hits different.
I don't know, bro, but I'm so confused. Because when I click customization, like I see live
If
reactions.
it's not there straight under the slow mode, then something's up with it, bro. Like if you go to your customization and then it's got your live chat, stream, sub mode, slow mode.
Yeah, see live chat,
Then it's got
participants,
redirect and
reaction, message delay. That's it.
yeah, then something's up with you. Probably your browser or something, bro. Your browser might even need an update or some shit.
This is the first time I'm
weird.
seeing it though.
It is, yeah, that is weird because I literally went and had a look at it on mine and I can still look at it. But yeah, don't stress, bro. If you can't do it, you can't do it. It's all right.
Shit, man.
Who'd you get raided by? Who was it who raided you?
Oh, Hassan, big up Hassan for the raid, man.
Because yeah, it's a decent amount of people to raid you.
Yeah, man. That's why I'm a bit annoyed.
Yeah, it is what it is, bro. I know what it's like.
Like I'm double checking if there is a. Yeah, so.
Bro, I had the other day. I got a mate who's only got Malaysian mate. He's only got like 150 subs, and he always races at the same time as me. Stays on later though because he does all slots. I only do one, and I wanted to redirect to him a couple times and I couldn't. And I literally sent him all these links. I'm like showing him, fucking activate redirects, yelling at him like, I swear if you don't, I'm gonna come over to Malaysia and bash you cunt. Like, and then he comes in my stream. He's like, yeah, I did it. You can raid me. All right, yeah, sweet. I'll do it tonight. I had 70 people watching, an audience that I built myself. No fucking raid or nothing. Built myself, racing. And yeah, sent it through to him and he shut his stream down. Like the moment it ended, I knew straight away it was the start of the stream. And I was like, we lit like 5 minutes earlier. I'm like, and he's like, yeah. And then he was like, oh, I wasn't feeling well. I was like, fucking tell me, mate. Like, tell me. Just message me. Be like, bro, just quick.
Direct, but
I was like, just quick, organize redirect, you know? Like I sent 70 people nowhere. And I was trying to help getting the subs and shit, but it was just like, at least for other people who have got ad revenue and shit, I could have helped them out. Like, it's like, and he was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, Kev, mate, you let me down, bro. Like, if you're sick enough to shut the stream down instantly, you can, I'm on, you can just hit me up and go, don't redirect. I shut down.
Yeah, well, whoever's live now, I can't fucking redirect. Well, that's fucking great.
Just it's going to be a browser issue or something, bro. It's going to be, yeah. What's your browser? You Firefox? Are you Chrome? Are you Explorer?
This one.
What browser do you use? Google Chrome, Microsoft Explorer. What do you use?
No, I'm on Google.
Chrome. You're on Chrome. Okay, you might need an extension update or a browser update or something like that. It could be something as simple as that. Your YouTube could need updated.
I don't know.
But
maybe
it shouldn't. YouTube's a browser. You're not using the app. It shouldn't. But I've never seen it, bro.
I'm on browser on YouTube browser, not app.
Yeah,
no.
yeah. Then it shouldn't. Yeah, I've never seen it, bro. If the option's not there, it's almost like you've lost monetization or something. I don't know. You know.
But that don't make sense, does it?
No, it wouldn't, because you'd know if you've lost monetization.
Maybe is there any?
But yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. But don't stress. It's okay. Like, I understand you want to sort it out, but if you can't do it, man, like, we're both saying we've never seen it. We've both got the redirects available to us still. Like I said, it only took me to click now.
Okay. Wait. What date are we on? April 23rd, aren't we?
24th.
See, you may have received an email about verifying your identity and AdSense. These documents will be used.
Oh, no, that can't be the reason, though.
I think it is, bro. Verify your identity.
So wait, hang on. You're not meant to get redirects till 1,000 subs. So you were able to have redirects before 1,000 subs, and you haven't even done your AdSense verification yet. And
the thing is, I probably done something to do with AdSense, but I haven't verified now.
Nah, bro. How are you doing redirects? Proper
I have no, bro. I'm telling you all these little.
How were you doing redirects? Because, like, even for me, monetization, memberships was 500 subs. Ads and redirects was 1,000 subs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, but I think they changed it like
Well, I know different regions. I know different regions have different rules. Like I know UK has a different set of rules to what we do.
Even
in that
US, because Geo was like me. Geo from UV Corner.
Because a lot of people, like even Americans, like they only changed it recently. There were a lot of people that were getting monetization way before me. And I was like, how is this happening? But they have different, like it's different numbers around the world, depending on where you are. Honestly, this is that Saudi money thing. Like you may have I'm joking, hypothetically. But you may have a situation where less is required of you because you are from Saudi in terms of monetization and stuff like that. You may have a situation where less is required from you than what is required from us before you get monetization. Because some of the criteria in some places around the world is pretty stringent, bro. Like for what people need to meet before they get monetization. And only recently for Europe and for UK, parts of the United Kingdom and Australia, like lowered its standards of what it was. Like that only early last year, they started to change it. But yeah, 100%. If you haven't done your AdSense verification thing, bro, so that email is them saying that they've sent you a code. So you've given them your photo ID, yes?
Yeah, long time.
Yes. So you've given them your photo ID. It was confirmed, yes?
Yeah, long time ago. That was long, yes.
Yes, like 6 weeks ago or so, yeah? Probably
This was done months ago. Like 2 months or 3 months ago.
AdSense are really, really bad for getting back to you. There's no way to contact them or anything like that. The AdSense that I dealt with were in Ireland, and I'm in Australia. They're a Google company based out of California, but they have different offices that deal with different other parts of the world. When I got my letter, it came from Malaysia. Your letter that's what they've said to you? Yes, we're sending you a verification. Is that what the email says?
This email right now, as it states, let me go back to the email. It says, you may have received an email from payments nor reply at google.com about verifying your identity in AdSense.
And you go to AdSense.
I mean, I clicked on the link that they placed here for more information about AdSense Identify. I clicked on it. So now it says steps to getting paid.
So that's why. I don't know how you were doing redirects before that step. I don't know. But the fact, so all this means is your monetization is going through. You are at the next step for it. And it's like it's a glitch, bro. It's like YouTube's clicked at it and realized it. They were like, hang on, how's redirects happening if monetization hasn't?
I don't know. All I need to sort that out.
I don't know. I think I don't know how you were doing redirects, but I know you were. I know I 100% got Zeer raids.
Yeah.
And I never even once thought of it, that you didn't even have 1,000 subs.
Bro, no, I'm literally on 781 subs right now.
And now you can't do them, but you're about to get proved for your monetization. But yeah, anyways, bro, they'll be sending you a letter. All right. It's literally like fucking, I hope your Saudi postal services are really good. Because it's like literally, bro, it's like a piece of paper. It's not even a letter, right? It's like a fucking piece of paper that's like two pieces together, and it's got the strip like a paycheck. It's got, the strip on the top, and you pull off the strip, and then the two pieces of paper open up.
Mm.
Like, like the way they print them out. You've got the strip on the top and the bottom, and it's going to have a fucking 6-digit code in it, bro. And then you're going to get on AdSense, and you're going to enter that code, and then you're done.
Okay.
And then you'll get, but it took me 6 to 7 weeks to get the letter. Came from Ireland to Australia. I don't know where yours is coming from, what office it's coming out of. You'd think it's probably going to come from Europe too, to the Middle East. It's probably going to go from Europe.
Europe or maybe UAE. I wouldn't be shocked.
You could probably find out where AdSense have offices, to be honest. But if mine come out of Ireland, I reckon yours is a chance of coming out of there too. But if it was that long ago, you should be getting the letter any moment. They've acknowledged it. The letter is literally a PIN code that you go to their thing, you verify who you are. It's literally like a fucking SMS code verification thing, bro. Like, so now all they're doing is sending you a code to your provided address, which better be the right one. Your photo ID, they already confirmed who you are, and then your address. That's all they need.
Well, anyway, guys, then what I'm gonna do is, since I can't really read that out, this is the best I can do.
Post the link.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, don't stress, bro. Don't stress.
But
Don't feel
anyway,
bad about it either, bro. It's
but
good for
guys-
you. It means you're getting your shit sorted. I don't know how you're doing it before, but it means you're very close to monetization, bro. Your
Yeah.
community.
Well, guys, and go check out
Your community will be
TV.
after you, and once you hit 1,000 subs, these raids and redirects and shit will actually start to generate you quite a little bit of, pocket money, basically. That is.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys,
Just
I'm gonna
add
end it
on
before I
that
bounce.
money
You already
get
know what to
every
do.
month.
It's church change, bro. Donation money. Sunday donations, bro. I'll gladly take it. Aussie dollar is fucking trollop at the moment, bro. Someone gave me yen the
Not
other
one
day.
of you sons of bitches asked me how I feel.
You'll feel better when it's confirmed, bro. Don't worry. You'll feel like a superstar.
Anyway.
Yeah. And even the better part, so we're at the end of April. You're going to wait till at least, if you've got that now, that means you'll wait until at least end of May, maybe June, before you've got the code off of them, right? Then you're going to verify. You'll get paid by them the first time at the end of the next month. So you could potentially, from like here on out, be earning all of it, but you won't see a fucking penny of it for
Until that time comes, which I verify.
And then after that, it's at the end of every month. It's a pain in the ass, but that first verification process, bro, you feel scammy, like they haven't confirmed you. You know what I mean? Like they haven't confirmed you. They've said, "Oh, we've got your ID, we've got your address. Yeah, we're sending your thing," but they're gladly taking money off of the fucking. You know what I mean? Like if people, because the only way people can support you then is super chats and memberships. Memberships is a scam. It's not a scam. But it's like the main way a channel makes money, right? Super chats, super chats are a scam. Like super chats straight up, they're taking 30%. And that's before conversion currency, right? Like if you don't, like if I donated to you, right, $2 Australian, bro, you'd probably laugh. You'd be like, why'd you just fucking give me like 30 cents Saudi, bro? Like you'd laugh. You'd be like, to do the conversion, but what it would show you would be like not even the figure that you're going to get. It'll show you the figure that like of the conversions. Then YouTube do their 30% on top. So they don't care where you're getting paid from. The money's going to get converted into US. Then they're going to take their percentage cut. Then when they pay you, they're converting the money from US into your dollar. And in my case, it drops even fucking lower. Like it is a scam, bro.
You want to know what's crazy? I haven't taken a penny out of mine.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. So yours is, you're doing okay. Okay. You should.
So it's just there. Just
watch time alone. Honestly, watch time alone can do okay.
Because I got,
but yeah. So I know what you mean. So you haven't actually gotten it. So it's earning, but you haven't set up to them to pay you.
Yep.
Tax issues or anything? Is that why? Like you just don't want to?
I'm just saving it up, mate. Because if the missus earns too much anyway,
get to the point when you go to claim on it, tax is going to be fucked, bro.
Yeah,
like tax is going to be fucking. Like I'm at the point now where it's not like I'm nearly at the point, and I imagine for Lee it'd be the biggest head case, bro. I'm almost at the point where I have to claim. Like that is the goal. That is the goal because that's part time. That's legitimate work. That's more than what the government give you for benefits and shit. But once you get to the point, and over here it's 20K nearly, for a hobby, claimable type thing. But yeah, I'm getting there. I think I'll hit it this year. Last year alone, I did like 9, 10, and that was off like 8 months, something like that. But again, like that's not what I received. And what the tax rate goes on is like what they pay you. Like what the check is before conversion is where like, so tax for something like this is astra-fucking-nomical. Like, it's like doing permanent shift work, OT type thing, you know, getting paid reward rates and shit like that. I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm going to have to, because I don't get benefits or anything like that. So, but it was the goal that by this, we got 2 months, 2 and a bit months, but by this year, I'd be able to make a claim, because even all the shit that we get, the amount of stuff, like it's a legitimate thing. Even when you look at the tax bro and you go to make claims, all the cameras, subscriptions, everything, like you can claim so much compared to a normal fucking tradie job, just your shirts, and you can claim so much more for this. Your power bill, you fucking, like, you can claim, like, I'm very happy to be in the position when I actually go to a tax man and you go through all these things and he's like, oh yes, you can actually claim for this, you can claim for this, you can claim for that, you know how many things you are missing out on, sir. This, I will get you a very good tax return. You wait for me, sir. I can't wait. So anyways, it's worth doing. You'll be very happy here because it's extra money.
But anyway, I'm gonna end it here, guys.
Go on.
Listen, guys, just go check out Jester. He's gonna start.
I'll give me about 20. It's the stream's there. You can wait for it. I will be playing FIFA. I'm playing as Arsenal. You just don't have to go through. You just aren't getting redirected there. Give me about 20 minutes, and I will 100% be there.
Take care. Big up, guys.
4 hour session of FIFA.
But like, subscribe on your way out. Go check the other channels. And hopefully you guys are well, man. Until then,
we get depressed for the rest of the year.
There you are. Until then, see you.